Gremlins are in the system this morning. Welcome, folks. I don't know who took the cash under the table to select Wide Orbit to run the radio stations in this company, but whew, tell you right now, if you're starting a radio station, I would not use Wide Orbit. What a piece of garbage. Oh, man. Why didn't they go next gen? Why
didn't they invest in next gen?
Well, because probably they didn't want to put the money in iHeart's pocket because iHeart owns next gen.
But it's the best format.
Listen, the bottom line is it works a hell of a lot better than this Wide Orbit crap. All right, 601 at the end. That's the system that runs the radio station, the computer program that plays all the music and all of the commercials.
That one used to take you down to the second of the top of the hour. You didn't have to worry about nothing.
Yeah, well, not this one. But no, the whole show opened. It started, then just stopped. It just faded out. And I'm like, I'm near nothing. I'm not touching anything. It wasn't operator error. It's just, I hit the show open and it played the traffic bed first. I mean, and then it fades out.
Place is haunted.
Yeah, I don't think it's haunted. No, it's just crappy software is what it is. All right, welcome, folks. Froggy, I'm very disappointed in you.
What the hell did I do?
I'm disappointed in this software that runs our radio station. I'm disappointed in you. You left it's not the size that matters, embracing life with a micro penis. You left the book.
I read it yesterday.
You left it in the studio instead of bringing it home. Why didn't you bring it home for the kids? Read this little bedtime story for the kids.
The animations are pretty great, but
it looks like you took the $25 gift card to Colony Grill, though. Did you take that?
Oh yeah, I took that for sure.
All right. Did you show Kim?
Yeah, I'm very appreciative.
Yeah, you guys ought to plan a nice little family night out at Colony Grill, Midtown, or if you want to trek over to downtown St. Pete.
Screw that date night.
Oh yeah. Oh, so you leave the kids
home alone.
Screw bringing the kids.
Leave them at home alone.
All right. Well, listen, your son is 12, right?
Oh, they still. I don't trust them to leave them alone. Are you insane? I'd come home and it'd be like risky business. There'd be hookers everywhere. Max would be running around like Tom Cruise.
Wait a minute. There'd be hookers in the place.
Like risky business. Yes.
Your kids just wouldn't potentially burn the place down by cooking in the kitchen? You're worried about hookers?
Well, yeah. More of the prostitutes than anything else.
6:03 at the MJ Morning Show. Just getting rolling.
I just saw the movie, so it's in my head.
Oh, man. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Oh, it's so good.
I don't know if I ever saw Risky Business in its entirety.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, I remember just because it's been used over and over again, the dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
But that whole movie is about his parents leaving him home alone, and then he just falls into a prostitute gang deal.
Yeah, see, I don't think I ever saw the whole movie. I mean, I've seen, obviously, the famous scene where Tom Cruise is in his underwear and he's sliding across the wood floor while Old Time Rock and Roll by Bob Seger's playing. That was the dun, 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 dun.
Isn't there like a really sexy scene on like a subway or train or something like that?
There's a few sexy scenes in that movie.
You know what? I think I remember seeing that scene as maybe I did see the whole movie, but yeah, I don't remember a lot of the movie. But I'm trying to think if I ever saw the whole damn movie. I don't think so. All right, welcome, folks. MJ and the Crew, 6:05, just getting rolling here on a Tuesday morning. Cash Kitty's back at 8 a.m., then 10 a.m., 12 noon, 3 and 5 p.m. Your shot to win $1,000 each and every time. For the early listeners, little crotchety old man surprise, you might not think. If you go to my Instagram, you might not think that it has anything to do with an MJ Morning Show classic. Oh, thank God you've answered. But did a little impromptu crotchety old man sketch on my Instagram yesterday afternoon after I had a little mishap with the pressure washer. Yeah, it's the first item. Fester's on there right now. Fester is on my Instagram. Folks, it's Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio on Instagram. And if you're a crotchety old man fan, yeah, I had to just get a couple of marks off the driveway. So I whipped out the Simpson 3600 a Power Shot professional pressure washer. And I was a little concerned because the gas in there is old. I haven't really fired up the pressure washer in like a year plus.
That's fine.
Yeah, so it's been about a year and a half, maybe.
Might take a couple pulls.
And, I was concerned because, gas goes bad, but it fired up. So, really, does the gas really go bad if the damn thing worked?
Use ethanol free.
Yeah, sometimes put a couple of drops of stable in there.
Stabilizer, yeah. So I don't have fuel stabilizer. But, the old, I guess, adage or the old belief is that gasoline really should not be used after 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like big oil trying to tell you what to do.
And
No, because my boat got ruined because I left gas in it for that long.
Well, there you go. So, but why is my pressure washer not ruined? If I've not fired up my pressure washer in a year and a half, and I had gas in the tank, and it fired up, I guess my gas didn't go bad, did it?
You got good gas.
I think my gas was good.
Did it stink?
What stink?
Your gas?
No, it did not.
There's a gassy smell.
It fired right up.
I know what crotch you did. I didn't see this clip. I did not see this.
Oh, you didn't see it yet.
As
Anyway,
soon as you mentioned, I know exactly where you're going.
Just a little impromptu crotchety old man act.
Oh no! Wait.
I had a little problem. So the pressure washer fires up even with my old gas, and I guess the tip. I was using the white tip for the spray to
nice.
get. Yeah. Well, I guess I did not affix the tip. You know what? It must be defective. I'm sure the unit's defective.
Yeah.
Or maybe I didn't make sure the tip was fully in on the spring-loaded end of the sprayer wand.
Yeah, I'm looking up the reviews on your Simpson 3600 PSI,
Yeah.
and it is a very highly rated machine. I'm sure it's not operator error.
That's why I bought it, because it's a highly rated machine. So, and you're on the Tractor Supply website. That's where I got it. I got my machine at Tractor Supply right over on Tampa Road. That's where I got it. So here's the deal. I thought the white tip was inserted properly.
You don't know how to properly insert just the tip?
Yeah, well, thank you,
Oh,
Roxanne.
God, Roxanne.
I was waiting for Roxanne to go there.
I was sitting here smoking a cigarette waiting for her to go there.
The gas was a year and a half old, still fired up. I'm charging up the pressure washer. I pull the trigger, and the white tip on the end of the wand fires off like a rocket. It shot off so fast, I don't even know where the hell it went. So I'm now missing the white tip. Listen, it would have put somebody's eyeball out.
Dude, Froggy, go over his house with your metal detector.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I guess anyway, so based on what happened, I did a quick little crotchety old man live sketch in my front yard. And if you're a crotchety old man call fan, go check it out. It's the first item on my Instagram right now at Certified MJ Radio. Man, I'm operating in fear. I got wide orbitophobia because I don't know, whatever I hit, whatever I press, is it going to work properly? All right, 6:09, traffic's on. Back in a second, MJ Morning Show.
Just
MJ Morning Show on Q105. MJ and the crew. It's 6:20 here on a Tuesday morning. Let me tell you what a city really needs to worry about. Case in point is New York City. New York City, you've had a rash of, you got all kinds of protests going on now. You got all kinds of, crime issues, people getting pushed in front of subways. You've got, I think I've read recently now that 50 women have been just punched in the face, just kind of randomly.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I mean, just
Golly.
all kinds of issues. This is up in Manhattan, up in New York City, and the surrounding boroughs. So let me tell you exactly what they need to be focused on up there. Individually wrapped cheese slices.
This could be a big concern. If this is what I think it is, this is a concern of mine. I don't know if it needs to be a concern in New York City. What about this?
Hold on. First of all, what is your concern with individually wrapped cheese slices?
All this technology advancement that we've gone through over the past couple of decades, and we can't get that plastic to come off nicely. Like it sticks sometimes. American cheese slices. It's hard to get that little plastic stuff off. Sometimes
it's a real problem.
It is. It is.
A real problem.
Well, first of all,
It is.
why are you buying individually wrapped processed cheese
Because those
slices?
are the best for grilled cheese.
No. You go to the deli and get some Boar's Head white or orange American cheese. That's a good product.
Oh, great. Pig cheese.
What?
Great. Boar's Head
It's
cheese?
just the name of the company, dude.
So,
I think the Boar's Head White American, that's what we always have. I'm not buying Kraft singles anymore. Or, if you're cheap, buying some off-brand, cheaper Borden. Do they still have Borden individual slices?
yes, Borden has a big facility in South Tampa where they do their milk.
Hey, the milk's fine, but I'm just not doing the individually sliced, processed factory cheese slices. I'd rather get, a real cheese, sliced. Now, Roxanne, it has nothing to do with your difficulty in removing. No, New York, the environmentalists up there, they're next going to target individually wrapped cheese slices that there's even apparently some kind of a bill that's going to be introduced into the New York legislature to ban individually because it's wrecking the planet. The plastic on the individual slices, they're concerned about it getting into the waterways.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, I see tons of individually sliced cheese wrappers floating in waterways all over New York.
So fruit roll-ups got no issue with this?
Yeah,
or any other-
exactly.
Saran wrap.
Oh, my
Yeah, I mean, please.
God. Listen to this. This individually wrapped cheese would be largely banned under a far-reaching bill getting pushed by New York environmentalists and politicians to reduce the use of plastics. The state bill called Packaging Reduction and Recycling Infrastructure Act would require companies with net incomes over $1 million to sell or distribute or who sell and distribute food or products to reduce plastics and other packaging that ends in landfills and waterways by 50% over the next 12 years. All right, so let me get this straight. So companies with a net income over $1 million, if you happen to make individually packaged cheese slices, you're a target. However, if you're just Biff, and you're up in, Stony Brook or something, and you're just making cheese and you're individually packaging it in your barn out back, and let's say your gross sales are only about $175,000 a year.
It's awful, Biff.
You're okay. Biff's cheese could still put his slices in individually wrapped plastic things. But nope. Kraft, you're out of the individually sliced cheese biz.
All right, so I made grilled cheese sandwiches for the kids a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking after I used 10 slices of cheese between all the sandwiches.
Jeez.
Well, you slice and a half each, right? Made about 5-6 sandwiches. Yeah, it's not that much.
Okay.
I thought you just said meant for years.
Yeah, that's a different story. But I remember looking at the pile of filament plastic that I
Filament.
I pull off of it. This clear plastic cookie.
Filament.
And I remember thinking, this is a lot of waste for 10 pieces of
Oh,
cheese.
great. You're going to get a job up in the New York Environmental Protection Cheese Slice Office?
You're on board.
I just balled it up and threw it away and I said, good luck, landfill.
I can see that getting caught up in your blowhole,
Yeah.
stuffing you up.
Anyway, I'm like,
So, do they have a problem with Ziploc bags? Do they have a problem, like kids not allowed to take sandwiches to school anymore in a Ziploc bag? It's pretty much the same material.
How about dental dam?
What? Oh, all right, Froggy, please stop.
Why doesn't the state of New York
Dam?
come out against that?
Roxanne doesn't know what dental dam is?
Hey, I just saw see that the Tunnel to Towers Foundation?
Oh, yeah.
I just saw the commercial, and that the Portnoy dude is doing a commercial with Tunnel to Towers.
Yes.
Did they not do a background check on him? Did they?
You stop.
No, I'm serious.
You're so jealous of him.
I am not. I am not. I just.
Couple people come out with a couple of allegations and suddenly you paint
Listen,
the guy.
I'm just saying that. Listen, Tunnel to Towers is a great organization. You know, I don't know if I'd want Dave Portnoy
I went to
part of my marketing campaign.
I went to Publix this week, and there's a seltzer called High Noon,
Yeah.
and they had like a 3-foot Dave Portnoy bobblehead.
Jeez.
And I'm like, it's awesome.
I don't think he's a good guy, and you know he had multiple women with allegations,
Okay.
and you know. I'm just saying, I'm not a fan, and I would think that Tunnel to Towers, which is a fine organization, could
Hire
find.
MJ.
No,
Yes.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I'm sure you could find a better spokesperson, like like Dwayne the Rock or something. I'm sure he would do something like that.
That's what he needs.
Yes.
Another gig.
You know. Anyway, so cheese slices. If you're up in New York, they're coming after your cheese slices. Oh, and speaking of New York, because a lot of folks from around here, they go to the Big Apple. They, go to, have a nice little weekend, go up and do a Broadway show, eat some of the fantastic pizza up there, whatever.
I've never been.
Just a heads up, because I saw what?
I've never been in New York.
That is not, you really?
I swear.
You have never been to Manhattan, never been to New York City.
It doesn't intrigue me.
Is that true? You've never been?
Never. Not once have I stepped foot in Manhattan, nor do I plan on it.
Well, just a heads up, little warning on this. And, I go up a little more often now that Julian is a freshman at NYU. Just a little warning. And Julian and I saw this multiple times over the last couple of months, on recent trips. Now, on top of all the vendors selling the fake Chanels and Louis Vuittons and Pradas and Goyard bags, down on Canal Street. You've got the West African dudes that have their blankets set up like all over the sidewalk to the point where like you can't even, it's like a pedestrian hazard now because you can't even like navigate the sidewalks on Canal. And there was a huge bust some months ago and they rounded up like $60 million in fraudulent fake counterfeit luxury goods. And then you have the Chinese ladies, and they're more discreet. So you got the West African guys, and they're just spread out on blankets and like sheets on the sidewalk. The Chinese ladies, they stand on like the corners or mid-block, and as you walk by, they'll say like, watch his handbags, watch his handbags. And then they've got these little brochures that they unfold. And they show you the pictures of all the counterfeit bags that they have, all the fakes. And then they bring you to like some like storefront or some back alley to do the deal. So
How do you know?
Because I know how crap works, dude.
Oh.
All right, but guess what? There's a whole new additional racket up in New York. And Julian and I saw this. Now the West African guys are pushing fake counterfeit Apple goods. And they're walking around with like Apple noise-canceling headphones and AirPods. And they're phony. They're not real Apple products. They're in boxes. They look like the Apple product. They're total knockoff counterfeits. So don't think you're about to get a $300 or $400 pair of Apple noise-canceling headphones for $120. And I was dicking with them. This is a couple of months back, and I said, hey, how much? 120. And I'm like, nah. And then it came down to $40. So it's okay. You just walk away. Okay, $40. And listen, I'm not buying it because I know they're fake. I know it's not a real Apple product. It's totally fake. But I saw a story about now the city's being overrun with the West African vendor dudes pushing all these phony, fake Apple products. So just a little heads up, when you travel up to Manhattan and if you get assaulted with all these AirPod guys and Apple headphones and other Apple products, it's fake. They're not real products. They're cheap-ass, Chinese knockoffs. Not coming out of the Foxconn factory in China where they have 8-year-olds putting those things together. Nope. Those are totally fraudulent. So an MJ Morning Show consumer alert. Yeah, don't fall for all the counterfeit crap. Just a little heads up, just a little warning. 6:31 at the MJ Morning Show. Got a great pile of early morons in the news, including a grandma, a beatdown in a school bathroom. Nothing like grandma getting in on the action, huh?
No.
All right, hang on. Early morons in the news next here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hey, I'm going to... Here we go, 6:41 at the MJ Morning Show, and a tasty pile of early Morons in the News right now. For all you Morons in the News fans, welcome to the segment. Grandma goes to school, somehow gets into one of the bathrooms, and then helps her granddaughter beat the crap out of a fellow student at an elementary school.
Let's get him, babe. babe, I'm old.
How old is this grandma, Froggy?
90.
A Michigan grandmother allegedly helped her granddaughter beat up a fellow student at an elementary school. Mount Morris Township. Festa, can you map that for me quickly? Where the hell is Mount Morris Township? Sounds like it's like just outside of Detroit. I'm going to go with a little northwest of downtown Detroit. is what I'm thinking.
It's actually near Flint.
Oh, son of a really?
Oh, a lovely
Yeah.
area.
All right.
Flint
Oh,
and,
you know what? It
Grand
is,
Blanc.
but look, it is northwest of Detroit. Look,
Yeah, by like
look.
60
Yeah.
miles.
Oh, it is. It's northwest of that was a pretty good
Look
guess.
at you with your Michigan geography.
Yeah. Look at that. Mount Morris Township Police said the grandma and a granddaughter were dropped off at McMongoloid. It's
I'm gonna McMongoloid.
Is that an offensive term?
Yeah.
I think Mongoloid is now.
Mongoloid?
It's a great
Yeah.
Devo song.
Yeah, I don't think you're allowed to say Mongoloid anymore.
What if they're really a Mongol?
Devo song, Mongoloid, really lays it all out.
Is
What
there
is-
really a Devo song called Mongoloid?
Mongoloid, he's a Mongoloid.
Get out of here.
What are you talking about? You're asking me about Devo? Please.
Andrew, do me a favor. Find the hook for Devo's Mongoloid, please.
You'll love it.
Oh, I didn't know Mongoloid meant that.
That's a deep, deep track.
Oh, I go deep with Devo. I go
Yeah.
deep.
That must be a deep, deep Devo track.
I know most offensive terms, but I've never used Mongoloid in a
I
sentence.
didn't know it either.
Mongoloid.
Yeah.
As deep
I
as
like
I
that.
go on Devo is peekaboo.
I can see you. Ha 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 ha. I got a great idea for a hook, guys.
Peekaboo.
Oh, Devo's the best. Mark Mothersbaugh, genius.
All right, so where was I?
You were going to play Mongoloid?
Yeah, something about Mongoloids.
No, well, I'm just finishing the
Mount
story.
Mongoloid?
So the grandmother and her granddaughter were dropped off at McMongoley or McMonigal Elementary School for a behavioral meeting. The grandmother saw another girl her granddaughter was not getting along with, so she and her granddaughter followed the girl into the bathroom where the grandmother's accused of holding the girl down while the granddaughter wailed on her face. My
Damn.
God, it's granddaughter, grandma tag team action.
Man.
And the family stays together, man.
Yeah.
McMonigal Elementary School spokesperson Jamal Bransford said in a statement that no other children were injured after the incident and that administrators are investigating how the grandmother managed to bypass security and gain unauthorized access to the school premises.
I don't
Look
get
at
that.
That's
like that dad a couple weeks ago that walked into the school and demanded an apology from a guy that was like bullying his daughter.
that's terrible.
Yeah. I always, when I hear those stories, I always think, how will this age when it's told at like Thanksgiving dinner 10, 20 years from now when grandma's gone? Yeah, me and grandma got into a fight together one time. So it might be funny. It might be funny 20 years from
Yeah,
now.
a family memory.
That's when I went to the Mongoloid school.
It's McMongoloid.
McMongoloid.
It's a very offensive term.
All right, can I continue now?
Do we ever get the hook for it? Because now I want to hear it.
Andrew, did you find the Mongoloid? Can you play that for us, please? Very offensive and very politically incorrect these days,
I told you it was a good song.
I might add. What album was that on there, Froggy?
Jocko Homo, maybe?
What?
That's another offensive term.
That's another song. That's a great song.
What Devo's term is not politically incorrect?
Sorry. I am further
Yeah.
offended now.
You've
What'd you
heard
say?
that one.
Jocko Homo?
Yeah, that's a really good song if you look that one up.
What the
That
heck?
song rocks.
I am further offended now by this.
Well, listen, I'm a big Devo guy. I'm upset I never got to see them live.
Did they have an album called Q, We Are Not Men?
We Are Devo, yes.
We Are Devo?
Yeah. Oh,
It-
yeah,
It
yeah.
was that album.
It was on that, but that's a deep, deep cut. All right, moving along. Man tackled outside of Walmart here in Florida for exposing himself to women. I mean, how low do you have to be? I mean, what's happening in your life when your day consists of standing outside of a Walmart and exposing your junk to women?
I still never got how guys like that's their fetish, showing their own stuff.
What is the drive of the fetish on that?
It's so weird.
What gets a guy to do that? Why?
Fester, you
I
have
mean,
a comment?
Oh wait, it looks like Fester wants in on this action. Fester, what are you like one click away from exposing yourself at a Target parking lot?
Oh no.
I've flashed my fair share of people in my time.
Oh yeah, come on.
And it's just the thrill of exposing yourself to them.
I've seen his.
Yeah. I mean,
Too many
What
times.
the heck are you guys talking about?
yeah.
It's horrible.
A man's accused of exposing himself to women at a Walmart in Lee County. This is Fort Myers. A guy was caught on camera getting tackled by deputies at the entrance to a Walmart
Good.
on 6 Mile Cypress Parkway down in Lee County. The loss prevention officer at Walmart told officers that Jawan Linnell Jennings, 35, was following women around the store while inappropriately touching himself. When deputies approached Jennings near the clothing section, he immediately bolted, leading them on a brief chase through the store. Trying to exit, deputies tackled him to the ground and placed him into handcuffs.
Oh, here's the body cam footage from Lee County Sheriff's Office.
Yeah. I don't have the audio because it's just kind of like
Just running around.
Yeah,
Them
it's
running. It's pretty intense.
it's just
Stop!
so this is the body cam running through Walmart. Look, he's in the produce section. Up there are the halos on sale for $3.99 for £5.
Yeah, look at that.
Then he's out of the store.
Ooh, they get him!
Oh yeah, they tackled him. Yeah.
You know what slowed him down?
Yeah,
the electric door. The door didn't open fast enough for him to run, so he had to slow down a step, and the cops got him.
Oh, they got this cretin. Yeah, he's also a registered sex offender.
Gosh.
From a 2020 incident up in Connecticut. And now he's down here in Florida exposing himself outside of Walmart, inside of Walmart. You know,
Watch out for falling pants.
Dude, I was just about to say, watch out for falling wangs.
Legs? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, no shortage of morons in the news. 6:49 at the MJ Morning Show. Hey, Froggy, I've got a gift for you. I don't know what it is. It's like
A gift?
2 days in a row.
2 days in a row.
First, such great literature yesterday.
Let me tell you right now that you might not have liked one of yesterday's gifts.
Right.
You know, Froggy got the micro unit book that a listener sent us. And then also I gave Froggy a $25 gift card to Colony Grill for their amazing cracker thin bar pie.
Were you trying to keep me happy for some reason? What's going on?
I got no, because somebody gave me something to give to you, and you're gonna love this. This is right up your alley. What is the Froggy gift? And then, Fester, I want to ask you about the Isle of Shame, because this is a place that you frequent. Are you aware of the Isle of Shame?
I think so, yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let's quiz Fester and see if he knows what the Isle of Shame is next. And a big surprise for Froggy in minutes. Here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Don't move on this. is 7:02 at the MJ Morning Show. MJ and the crew here. And Fester thinks he knows what I'm talking about. Froggy's about to have another gift. And I know, guys, don't get jealous. I realize that this would be item number 3 that Froggy's received from me in the last 24 hours.
Teacher's pet.
No, listen.
I'm the favorite.
Listen, I'm just saying that it happens that this is the way the cookie's crumbling right now. But listen, it could be, a total, gift storm for Fester and you at any point over the next days or weeks. I don't know.
Why are you saying me? Why are you saying you? I wasn't hurt over it. I want Froggy to get gifts from you.
Fester.
Yes.
When I say the Isle of Shame, do you know what I'm talking about? And you seem to be very confident that you're going to nail it.
I do know what you're talking about.
What is the Isle of Shame?
It's one of the craziest shopping experiences you can have.
That is correct. It is a shopping experience.
Yes.
Now, can you take us a little further down the road?
So, there's a supermarket that has
That is correct.
All
Shopping
kinds of-
experience supermarket.
all kinds of staples. They have frozen food, they have fruit, they have dairy, they have a meat counter, they have a bunch of really good
Yep.
products.
Mhm.
And then they have this one hodgepodge aisle that makes no sense. That is different every week. Every couple of days it's different. And if you see something, you have to buy it then because it'll never come back.
Yeah,
So why is it shameful?
Well,
It's not really it's not a bad thing. It's just a hodgepodge aisle.
he knows.
Okay.
He knows.
It's at Aldi.
That's
Yeah.
it. The Aldi Isle of Shame. Now, have they started changing any of the Winn-Dixies into Aldis? Because remember, the Aldi company bought Winn-Dixie.
Winn-Dixie.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any transfer over, although I know a couple of them are slated to be switched over.
Yeah.
I think the one off of MLK and 275 is one of the first ones.
Really?
But Aldi has this aisle where it has candles next to kids' socks, next to
Motor oil.
maybe not motor oil.
Oh, okay,
but,
sorry.
but they may have something for the car, or a cell phone holder.
Hemorrhoid cream.
Next to hemorrhoid cream.
So it's
yes.
sort of like a dollar store used to be.
It's just a hodgepodge, but it's
You know
different
what I was
prices.
thinking? You know what would be great? A hemorrhoid cream that also can be used as that white swirly frosting like on the Pillsbury, poppin' fresh.
Cinnamon buns?
Yeah. So,
How would you eat it?
well, it would be a hemorrhoid cream that also tastes delicious.
God, I'm in on that.
I would
You
eat
know?
it. It would take a day to work, right?
Like the Cinnabon frosting.
Did I ever tell you what I use hemorrhoid cream for?
For the bags under your eyes.
Yes, good memory.
Well, I've heard that
No,
before.
you never told me that. I've heard that for decades.
I've never associated that with you. But
I don't know if it actually works,
no,
but
that-
I read that one time, so I bought some for my under eyes, and then of course, I'm like, Doug sees that, I'm like, it's for my eyes, it's for my under eyes.
Let me show you my hemorrhoids back here, Doug. Take a look at these. No, that's an old Hollywood trick. That's an old vanity trick.
Yeah.
It tightens up the skin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd heard that for years and years that had a Hollywood celebrities, if they have some wrinkles or bags or let's say they didn't get enough sleep and they look all like soggy and groggy and their eyes are drooping.
Tighten it up.
I've heard that you put some Preparation H under there. And then with my concept is, you use the hemorrhoid cream on the the eyes up front or the single eye in the back. And
Hey, all you need, MJ, all you need is to get the proper fitting, the screw top that you put on the cream.
Yep.
And then you can put the frosting on your cinnamon buns in beautiful.
You squeeze it,
Yeah, you
you have-
squeeze it. It
you-
comes out in a
you
design.
have
It's-
you have
Called
the
a piping bag.
Thank you, piping bag. I couldn't think of it.
you
this
have
early. Sorry.
the pastry chef piping bag
Yes.
with the nozzle.
The nozzle.
Yes.
Thank you.
And what I was going to say was that you use the hemorrhoid cream, but then why just throw it away? It would have a delicious white frosting taste as well.
Something to
That's
work
what
on. We can bring it to Pillsbury at the next. I
And then it's all natural ingredients and safe for your butt and your eyes if you can eat it.
don't know about that. But
all right.
the
Now,
Isle of Shame
yes.
is just this hodgepodge collection of stuff
Yes.
that no two things make sense. I mean, generally speaking, in a supermarket, if something's on the shelf, the thing next to it makes sense.
It's kind of like the old Sesame Street song I remember as a kid. One of these things is like the others. One of these
things just don't. Listen,
Well, that thing.
listen, It's nothing like that because none of the stuff matches.
Oh, hang on a second. Andrew's correcting me. One of these things is not like
the other.
not like the others.
Right.
Yeah.
That's when 1 thing out of 10 is
Right.
different. Here, each thing is completely
I'm
different.
going riding in a boat, and a boat goes. Remember that?
I don't remember that Sesame
You don't
Street
remember
song.
that one?
No.
I'm going riding in a car, and a car goes beep,
Beep,
beep, beep, beep. You don't remember that? What about I love trash?
Yes, I remember.
Anything dirty or dingy or dusty. I remember these things when I was 5 years old, 6 years old. I don't even know if they had those things when my kids were growing up.
Have you not been to an Aldi yet? In town. Now, don't tell me your experience in
Yes.
Harlem because that's not exactly a fair representation
I've
of the whole company.
never been to an Aldi in the Tampa Bay area. It's just not. It's not convenient for me. There's no Aldi near where I live. I go to Trader Joe's, which Trader Joe is the brother of the Aldi founder. I don't know if this is true. The two brothers, they had a disagreement on the direction of the business.
I thought it was over cigarettes.
Was
One
it?
company wanted to sell cigarettes and one didn't, and
Yeah.
they broke.
Yeah, but seriously, the Aldi and Trader Joe, they're brothers. And I think they're German, right? Aren't they like,
Yeah.
I think they're German brothers.
German brothers.
And they had a falling out, and one of the brothers left the Trader Joe's concept, and he said, I'm out of here. And he started his own company, and that's Aldi.
Right. And then
Yeah.
originally it was named Trader Adolph's. And he's like, you know what?
Oh,
We're just
all
not
right.
getting any
I
traction.
start my own company.
Not getting any market share.
All right, anyway,
Change it to
stop,
Joe.
Stop. Dude, it's Passover. What the hell are you guys doing?
I know. Well, Fester, are you
What
nuts?
the hell's wrong with
We
you
can't
idiots?
joke around. Listen,
Fester,
yeah,
Jesus.
do you know who knows it's Passover? Me, because I bought yellow-capped Coca-Colas this week.
It's ass over for you.
Anyway,
I
where
brought
the
kosher
heck
Coke.
was I? Anyway, listen.
That's what
Anyway,
it is, kosher Coke.
listen. So, Fester, to answer your question, I've never been to an Aldi locally because just geographically, there's just none in my traveling zone. There's just none near my house. It's
As
just-
you venture out and you see one and you have like 20 minutes, go.
and what,
There's-
mosey down the aisle of shame.
Mosey down every aisle.
Next time you do your Costco in the country of West Chase, why don't you stop at the Aldi on the way? Isn't it on the right there?
They're really all over. When you start looking for them.
I don't think so because when I go to Costco up near West Chase,
Right.
I take from South Tampa. I take the veterans up to Line.
Oh, gotcha. So you okay?
Veterans to Linebaugh.
Mm-hmm.
I pass right by Veterans Ford, great sponsor here on the MJ Morning Show. If you're looking for a great Ford, folks, if you're looking for the best price on a Ford, you tell them you want the MJ deal. You're not going to get a better price from any other Ford dealer, Veterans Ford. So I pass by Veterans Ford, then I go down Linebaugh, and then I make that left turn. I kind of go in the back way, so I don't pass by Aldi,
Well, you're near
or
one.
wherever the heck that is.
All right.
Yeah.
Listen, you should go. You should go. Just go, just to see what it's like. So you,
It's called a kooky collection
yes.
that's usually replenished on what day?
It's like a Tuesday?
No.
What day?
But you're close, Wednesday.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a midweek replacement.
Yeah.
Because if you go there Monday and then you go there like Wednesday or Thursday, it's like completely different.
The Aldi Isle of Shame. So
Yeah.
it's just a hodgepodge of whatever.
It's a real thing.
All right. Froggy, I have a little gift for you. Courtesy. Oh, your eyes are going to light up on this, man, because this is right up your alley. It's not hemorrhoid cream or it's not any IBS medication. This, my friend, comes to me from the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office.
Oh, God.
Froggy doesn't want a present from them.
Yes, he does. He's going to want this present. Trust me right now.
Okay. All right.
I have for you the Chad Chronister, Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office fishing bucket. Look at this.
Awesome.
An official fishing
Yeah.
Look at this.
That's so nice.
Chad
is a-
has his own bucket?
This is a nice bucket. Let me tell you right now.
Wow, look at the handle.
Well, here's the deal.
It's a bait bucket.
Sheriff Chad Chronister's fishing tournament is coming up in June at Hula Bay Club, and you can register now. The tournament. This is the Chad Chronister, Sheriff of Hillsborough County. His fishing tournament is coming up, and it's June 7th.
That's cool.
Does this mean I get to be in the tournament?
And I ran into a bunch of deputies and the captain over at the community outreach department, and they gave me this bucket because they know that Froggy's a fisherman. And Froggy, they would love you to join them on the tournament.
Really?
They would love to have you out there. Yeah, I met Deputy Mark Mitchelson, Deputy Jamal Lamar, and I met their captain.
If I went to the tournament, are they going to check if I have any active warrants?
No, they are going to check for prop scars, though.
They're going to make sure you got a fishing license, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Fesher, you want to do it with me?
Yeah. Anyway.
No, sounds terrible with you. I'll do it with somebody else, but not with you.
Yeah, Fester would be overweight on the boat. So
Yeah, I don't want to be tilting.
Fat jokes really play well, guys.
Look
You
at this
really.
bucket. It's got a nice rope bucket and everything. All right, I'm putting the card in there as well for the Chad Chronister fishing tournament, Hillsborough County Sheriff.
That's
so
cool.
It's in the bucket. Here's the bucket.
Throw it.
That's good because I had to use my other bait bucket for a doo-doo bucket on the boat.
Please stop.
What?
What is wrong with you?
I mean, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
When you bring the kids
when
and
you're
the
on
family.
the high seas.
Hold on.
Yeah.
The boat you bought didn't have a bathroom?
No, it does. What do you think? It's a yacht?
It's got a side that you just go over.
I have a little room that you can go in, but you take the bucket with you.
Look at the handle on the bottom. That's
I
pretty
know.
cool.
It's really nice. Thanks, Chad.
There you go. From
Remember this when I get arrested.
Yeah, so now, that is a good-looking Hillsborough
Wow.
County
It really
Sheriff.
is.
That's
So-
a nice look.
Froggy.
Nice
nice
looking fishing bucket.
Can you keep that bucket like in your passenger seat, and when you get pulled over, just say, "Officer,
Yeah.
license and registration." Here's my
You might
bucket.
recognize this bucket.
Here's my fishing bucket from the Hillsborough
Nice.
County Sheriff's
I
Office.
do like my surprise.
714. I knew you'd like that.
Good one.
And why don't you sign up for the tournament as well?
Oh, I thought they already did it for me.
All right. So 714 at the MJ Morning Show. Next, we start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. If you're planning on staying in a hotel or motel soon, things that you should not do in a hotel or motel. We'll give you the list in minutes. Also, man, what are the lottery scammers? What were they thinking? Lottery scammers trying to rip off the Florida lottery. What is wrong with these idiots? Also, a massive Powerball ticket is unclaimed. So we'll give you the details on that in just a bit. Also, are you back on the dating market? Have you been off the dating market for a long time, but you're getting back on the dating market? Are you up to speed on all the new lingo?
Yeah, I was reading some interesting dating lingo.
Man,
Okay.
you've got to hear the new dating lingo. You got to be educated out there, folks. And we'll get into a lot of stuff because we do an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ next here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Up on 727, MJ and the crew here on a Tuesday, and we start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ right now. I don't know what is going on. We have a lot. I've teased a lot that's coming up here in a minute, but I want to make one observation here quickly. Oh, and then if you missed the crotchety old man pop-up surprise yesterday, Fester, get ready to play it off my Instagram, but I have to be careful because I did drop a curse word, which I can't play on the show.
What are you doing? You want to have Andrew edit it real fast?
No. I'll just be fast on the finger over here. A couple of things I wanted to mention, and welcome, folks. An hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. We do it every morning, around 7:25, somewhere in this vicinity. We do an hour and 20 minutes nonstop, meaning we do not break for commercials, music. It's nonstop MJ morning show entertainment content every morning for an hour and 20 minutes. No one else does this. Nobody. Just right here on the MJ Morning Show. So a couple of things, and we've noted this multiple times recently. It just seems that things are just getting a little weirder around the Tampa Bay area. It's just like more car chases, more shootings. And did you see the latest incident up in Zephyr Hills?
No.
This is insane. Some kind of nut job, some kind of deranged, degenerate customer at McDonald's in Zephyr Hills choked, punched, pistol whipped, and then shot off the pinky of another guest at McDonald's because he apparently did not get the sauce that he wanted with his order.
Oh, I hate that.
That pisses me off.
It's really hard to just pick a side on this one.
What? Will you guys come on?
You have no idea.
Don't contribute to this delinquency, please.
You have no idea how important sauces are to the entire.
That's why you got to keep a little stash for yourself. Like keep one or two.
In the glove box or
Build it up.
the side pocket on your door in your
not
car.
the same.
Yeah, when you're talking sauce, it kind of makes or breaks whatever fast food item you're eating.
If I don't get sweet sour sauce with my nuggets, I will raise havoc.
To the point, Roxanne, will you choke, slug, and pistol whip and then shoot someone's pinky off?
Okay, I would not have shot the pinky, but the first three things, yes.
Oh, my freaking pinky!
See,
you shot my pinky off.
I would have been the exact opposite. I would not have pistol whipped, but I would have taken a pinky.
Feeling woozy.
That's a good shot. Was he aiming for the pinky?
Tell you what.
Yeah, that is.
Get the guy to the carnival with the balloon clown game, Or the...
You know what? Don't say clown in McDonald's.
Oh, that's
It's
true.
Ronald's.
Listen to this. Wesley Bullock, 48, was hit with aggravated battery and burglary charges after this complete meltdown at McDonald's in Zephyr Hills. What's going on in Z Hills here, man? Bullock was apparently ticked off that he didn't get his sauce, I would imagine, with his McNuggets, right?
Give me the sauce.
And does it say, did you say which sauce?
I don't have what sauce he was looking for.
How can we even tell this story? What terrible reporters.
For real.
It's not like, I don't know if it's the sweet and sour
right.
or the honey mustard.
Because depending upon what sauce it is, people are going to have more compassion if that's their favorite sauce.
Bullock was so angry that he didn't get the sauce that he walked up to the drive-thru window at the restaurant and began screaming at an employee last week. The victim intervened to try to calm him down. So here you have another person at the drive-thru that has to deal with this maniac, a pedestrian walking up to the drive-thru windows. I wonder if he grabbed the windows and pried them open and stuck his head inside like a turtle or something. And the innocent victim is trying to calm the guy down because he's screaming at the people in McDonald's in Zephyr Hills. And this is when cops say that he went off on the innocent other customer, grabbed him by the throat, started punching him. They're rolling on the ground. Then McDonald's staffers were able to rush outside to break up the fight. Meanwhile, they've called 911 to get I don't know whether it was Zephyr Hills Police or the Pasco County Sheriff's Office out there. But then Bullock followed the victim to a nearby speedway where he got out of his car, got out and pointed a silver handgun at the man, only to have the weapon misfire at first. So Bullock then pistol whipped the guy with the misfired gun, recocked the gun. Then they're in a fight over the gun. They're like, the perp is holding the gun. The victim's trying to grab the gun. They're like in this death struggle to get control of the gun. The victim said that it was at that time that he grabbed the pistol and fought Bullock for control because he was in fear that he was going to get shot and killed.
That's when he took the pinky?
He believed he was going to die, and then Bullock allegedly got off one shot that hit the victim's pinky and poof, just shot the guy's pinky off.
So if they're fighting close range and hands are flying.
The hell?
If I had to pick a finger to get shot off it, I think it'd be pinky.
Yeah.
The wounded victim was able to get the gun away and then threw the gun in his car. Cops were called. They're racing to the scene, because initially it was McDonald's, and then they had to redirect to Speedway.
Speedway doesn't have sauces.
What the heck?
All right. Tangy
Anyway,
barbecue
the
sauce.
last I saw, Bullock is being held in the Pasco County Jail on a $400,000 bond.
It had to have been sweet and sour.
In quiet, sleepy Zephyr Hills, where the water does not come from anymore. You see, when you look at a bottle of Zephyr Hills, it's like 15 other springs all dotted around Florida. What if I want water from Zephyr Hills?
Just go get it out of the tap.
Did Zephyr Hills run dry?
Maybe.
Can I just drive to someone's house randomly in Zephyr Hills?
I mean,
just say,
right.
Can I just say, hey, I got a bucket. Can I get some Zephyr Hills water? Just go to the outside of someone's house, turn the hose on.
Yeah, go do that. See how that goes for you.
Hey, do you guys know the definition of bullocks?
What?
Do you know the definition of bullocks? You keep saying the guy's name, so I had to Google it. Bullocks? Bullocks?
Well, are you in England?
Yes.
Well, his name is.
I'm in England.
His name is Bullock. Are you trying to say bollocks?
Yes. Possibly.
You're not pronouncing it right. Bollocks.
Bullocks.
Yeah,
Yes.
bollocks. It's like ridiculous.
Well, it also means balls.
Oh,
Yes.
Thank you. Bollocks.
That's bollocks.
Yeah.
Rubbish or
Yeah.
nonsense.
No. This guy's name is Bullock, like Sandra Bullock.
Okay, do you know what bullock means? Bullock? I'll look that up too.
No, please
A
don't.
castrated bull.
But bollocks is the British term that you're thinking
Oh.
of. I don't know what's going on. And then, 5 have been arrested. Thank God they got a hold of. Did you see that this speeding car, they fired shots at TPD? What is going on?
Yeah, rough night for TPD.
Yeah, 5 people, they got them, though. 5 people in custody after TPD say that shots were fired from a car toward Tampa police officers that were trying to pull the vehicle over last night. Again, what is going on? Anyway, the officers caught up with the perps at North 53rd and Nancy. 5 people got out, tried to run, and they were apprehended. Hope they had the dogs to unleash on these monsters. How dare you fire shots at cops? What is this? Is the brazen, unlawful activity lately? It's out of control. All right, Fester's not going to leave me alone. He wants to go over the different sauces that this guy might have been pissed off about.
Listen, I just think it's crap
All right.
journalism that they have this whole big story about a guy flipping out, pistol whipping, shooting somebody in the hand over sauces, and they don't mention what sauce?
I agree.
Yeah.
That's just crap journalism.
All right, so Fester, McDonald's has a whole page dedicated to pictures of their different sauces.
Dipping sauces and other condiments, yes.
All right, yes.
And I think we should all pick a sauce that we would feel most aligned with him if he was that upset about.
Look how energetic and excited he gets.
How
when he's
about the
talking
I
sauce?
know.
How about the sauce that we would like to be slathered with while naked?
Okay.
All right. So, Fester, go ahead. Read the list of sauces so I can move on.
All right, first they have their tangy barbecue sauce.
Okay, you can get that anywhere.
Yeah. Well, no. McDonald's is kind of
Is it good?
Then they have the spicy buffalo
Again,
sauce.
if you're just tuning in, there was a fight at a Zephyr Hills McDonald's. A customer did not get the sauces, so he runs up to the drive-thru, rips the windows open, starts screaming. So Fester wants to go over all the possible sauces that he was angry at not getting.
I think I know what happened. Go ahead. Keep going down the list.
You make it sound like I'm the only crazy person if I order nugs and get no sauce that I'm going to flip out.
Hey, you don't shoot a guy's pinky off.
It led to that. That wasn't his
Right.
first move.
I get it.
Tangy barbecue
Yeah,
sauce,
yeah.
spicy buffalo
Yep,
sauce,
yep.
the creamy ranch.
Okay,
Right.
mix those two together.
Right.
Oh, yum.
Yep. She's right. When you're right, you're right. And when spicy buffalo sauce and the creamy ranch mixing together,
Maybe he
awesome.
wanted both and they only gave him one. That's a twist.
Roxanne, just let him get this over with, please.
All right,
Please, just stop. Just let him get it. Go.
honey mustard sauce,
Right.
of course, and they have honey, just
Right.
regular honey.
Right.
They have hives, and then this, of course, Froggy's favorite, the sweet and sour
There
sauce.
you go.
Those are the sauces.
All right.
Not to mention the other condiments: ketchup, mustard, mayo,
Oh, okay,
and
those are the basics.
Can I move along now? Is that all right?
I don't know. Ask Roxanne.
There was a
I love sauce talk.
there was a crotchety old man impromptu in my driveway yesterday. I'm thinking that there's some contractors working on a house a couple of doors down. And I'm thinking they're like, what the hell is going on
Yeah,
there?
that's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
So if you're a big fan of the crotchety old man, oh, thank God you've answered. I had a little issue. Fester, can you bring up the audio when I tell you to? And I got to be careful because I might have dropped a little, not safe for broadcast word. I'm in the driveway yesterday. I had a couple of marks that I wanted to get off the driveway. So I whipped out the Simpson pressure washer and I affixed the 40-degree white tip. You know, you got the pressure washing wand and then you have the little spring-loaded mechanism and you got the red tip, the yellow tip, the green tip, the white tip, the black tip, and you put the tip in to get the spray that you want, and I guess I didn't affix the tip properly, or it's most likely that it's a defective unit. Anyway, I turned the pressure washer on, and I pull the nozzle, and the white tip flies out like a rocket. I couldn't. Boom! I mean, I couldn't even. I have no idea where. I have no idea. Where is it? I don't know if it went into a neighbor's yard, if it shot halfway down the. It's gone. My white tip is gone. It shot off the pressure washer nozzle like a speeding bullet, like a death projectile. So I don't know. I was like, this is a crotchety old man deal. So Fester, go ahead and reset and then unmute. Reset and quickly unmute. Go ahead. Reset. Go ahead and unmute and go.
Oh my God, you're not going to believe what just happened. Hold on, let me shut this thing off. Oh my God, I got to make a phone call here. You're not going to believe what just happened moments ago. All right, I got to make a call. Oh, thank God you've answered. Is this O.J. Simpson? Yes, O.J., I have your Power Shot 3600 PSI. What does PSI stand for?
All right.
Okay.
Folks, if you want to see the rest of Crotchety Old Man live, maybe I ought to do a Crotchety Old Man stage show.
Yeah.
A live Crotchety Old Man. If you want to see the rest of that video and what happens, it's on my Instagram at Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. It's the return of the Crotchety Old Man. It's a live act in my driveway at 3:30 yesterday afternoon in South Tampa.
Dude, you have new neighbors, and they're like,
oh, yeah.
What the hell did we get into?
What kind of whack job am I dealing with here? Anyway, so go to my Instagram. I am Certified MJ Radio and see the rest of the Crotchety Old Man impromptu. Certified MJ Radio on Instagram. And if you desire, give me a follow. Got a couple of celebrity items I want to do early here. You know, it's not often I agree with Alec Baldwin.
No.
Hold on. Wait a sec. Did you just gasp?
Yeah, that you're in agreement with Alec about something?
It's agreeance.
Alec Baldwin was being badgered by somebody that was trying to provoke a reaction. And, man, he was holding on. He was holding steady. Alec Baldwin was showing restraint. He was showing control until he wasn't. And then he just smacked the cell phone out of their hand yesterday. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to file a complaint or whatever.
Of course they are.
So here's the deal. Alec Baldwin was in some type of a coffee shop, pastry shop. I would imagine probably near his apartment, which is 5th Avenue and 10th. 5th Avenue separates the west side and the east side. And he's in an apartment, I think, right around 10th on the east side of 5th Avenue. So it must be right there in the neighborhood. And that's like a stone's throw away from Julian's dorm. Julian's dorm is at NYU is right near Washington Square, just right down the street from this. But Alec Baldwin was caught on camera eventually smacking the phone out of the hands of an anti-Israel agitator who was just badgering him, like holding the phone in his face inside the coffee shop. And then finally, Alec smacks the phone out of this girl's hand. All right, listen to what happened.
Alec, can you please say Free Palestine one time? Why did you kill that lady? You kill that lady?
That's good journalism.
She's not a journalist.
She's not a journalist.
She's just trying to get a reaction.
She's an activist. She's an agitator is what she's doing. So Alec is inside this coffee shop. This happened on Monday. Well, it was posted last night. And you have Alec that's just, I think, trying to get a coffee. Now, I'm not the biggest Alec Baldwin fan as far as his personal behavior. I think he's a good actor. I've enjoyed many movies that Alec Baldwin has been in. I like his acting, but I don't like his politics. I don't like his, I don't like, his attitude. I mean, he's a
big Beetlejuice fan.
He's a short-tempered, hair trigger kind of guy. Don't put him in a McDonald's with a sauce problem. Tell you that, especially with that armorer.
Yeah, I don't know that hair trigger is the best.
Yeah,
maybe it is the best.
So you have this Free Palestine activist that's obviously an anti-Semite, and anti-Israel, and she's like, Alec, say Free Palestine, just agitating him, clearly trying to get Alec Baldwin to snap, and just badgers him. And then finally, he's like just leaving. You can see that Alec on the video is like holding it together. Alec Baldwin is trying not to explode. And you can see he's holding back. He's using every thread of restraint in his body to not slap this woman upside her head. And she just continues. All right, let me start from the beginning.
Alec, can you please say Free Palestine one time? Why did you kill that lady? You killed that lady and got no jail time? No jail time, Alec? No jail time, Alec. You're putting innocent people in jail, Alec Baldwin. Free Palestine, Alec, just one time, and I'll leave you alone. I'll leave you alone, I swear. Just say Free Palestine one time. One time. One time.
Call the police.
One time, Alec. You know he's a criminal. You know he's a f***ing criminal. Come on, Alec, just say Free Palestine one.
And you got the other people in the coffee shop, and they're like, what's going on here? And then you've got a worker, one of the coffee shop guys is saying, he's like apologizing.
She's so obnoxious.
Oh, she is. Absolutely. Alex should have thrown hot coffee in her face.
One time, just one time, please. And I'll leave you alone.
How about you shut your freaking mouth one time? How about that?
Free Palestine. Israel. Zionism.
I mean, what is wrong? I'd like to send the IDF after her. Jeez.
Please say it. One time.
Could you do me one quick favor?
And there it is. There it is. Alex's backhand just smacks the cell phone right out of her hand.
That's what I would do.
And then that's where the video stops. Wow.
Wow.
Oh,
there it goes.
Oh, there. Holy.
All right, so do we feel bad for Alex here?
Well,
Alex?
it's not Alex.
Who cares? Do we feel bad for him?
I do.
Yeah, you know what? That's uncalled for. I had the run-in with Alec Baldwin, like in the same vicinity. I took a picture of Alec and Ilaria. This is back in 2016. I was working up in New York. I was doing a morning show up in New York City, and I was walking on Fifth Avenue right around 10th or 11th, and I saw Alec walking with Ilaria, and I just took a snap, put it up on my at the time I was using Twitter before, they wrecked the platform. And Alec yelled at me. How dare you take a picture? Ask permission before you take a picture. Listen, you're in public.
Did he?
He yelled at me.
Did he try to smack the cell phone out of your hand?
No, he didn't try to do that, but that's a good question. Yeah, I did not hear this sound. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he didn't try to smack my cell phone out. But then he's yelling at me, and I thought, all right, let me extend the content here. So later that day, I get home to our apartment right near Union Square, and I decide to send Alec a message on Twitter. And I'm like, Alec, hey, I took your picture earlier. Listen, I do a radio morning show here in the city, and I thought it'd be cool. Hey, I saw Alec, took a picture. Go check it out, blah, blah, blah. And he blocks me. So Alec Baldwin blocked me on Twitter. Here I'm trying to apologize. And
what a baby.
He blocked me.
Aw.
But even though he can be a doofus, look, he was being harassed. He should be able to go to the coffee shop. Now, granted, he shot the director of photography, the cinematographer. But listen, should he be able to go grab a coffee without this anti-Israeli badgerer, trying to evoke a reaction? She was trying to provoke him. She got ultimately the result she wanted.
Absolutely.
She wanted a confrontation. She wanted Alec Baldwin to do something, and he was holding on. It was like the steam valve was just. It was expanding and expanding and expanding, and you can see there's about to be some metal failure.
Yeah. He was just waiting to explode.
Yeah, and there it is. So, in this case, it's not often I sympathize with Alec Baldwin, but hey, he's got his trial coming up in July. You know,
he's very stressed at the moment.
Yeah.
Let's cut him some slack.
Yeah, so he's getting
this
coffee.
case-
He's getting coffee to jam him up even more. You know?
In this isolated incident,
Yeah.
I stand behind Alec
Alec. Al.
because I don't want to stand in front of him.
I don't think you need the gunshot.
Yeah.
Bang, bang.
Yeah.
That's a good
You're dead.
point.
50 bullets in your head. One here, one
Oh,
there.
that's-
in your underwear.
That's enough. That's enough.
That's uncalled for.
No, but
Froggy.
the armorer, that Hannah Gutierrez Reed, she got 18 months
Yeah.
in a New Mexico
Yeah.
state prison, and Alec Baldwin, he goes on trial in July. It's only a couple of months away. What's going to happen?
She was running a loosey-goosey set.
How
Yeah.
does she think her modeling career is going to be affected? She's bunk.
Hold on. The
Hold on,
armorer
hold-
thinks she's a model?
She does
What?
do, like, she has some modeling pictures.
She said in her, she said, the judge even said it, that the only thing she was worried about was her modeling career, this affecting her. She told somebody it was
Wait a
going to
minute.
affect her modeling.
Wait a minute. She looks like she came out of a meth house in a Cops episode. What?
That's a
It's kind of a look. It's kind of a.
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
kink.
What
I like
It's
that.
called,
132 in Bush. I've got him at gunpoint.
it's called derelict.
Derelict chic?
Derelict chic, yes.
Listen, I'll give you a second look if you have that meth house look on.
Due to the graphic nature of this program, viewer discretion is advised.
132 in Bush. I've got him at
Oh,
gunpoint.
I love this show.
Okay, gunpoint. 132 in Bush. Covers code 3. Thanks, Ted.
Anyway, so little early Hollywood dirt happens to be some New York City dirt. Are you ready for the new lingo that you need as someone back on the dating market?
No cap?
Hold on, Roxanne, why are you giving me the come hither eyes?
Whoa.
Those
What
weren't
are
come
they?
hither
Yes,
eyes.
you did. You were
I
looking
didn't-
at you were looking at me with come hither eyes.
Did
Yes,
not
you
come hither you.
Yes, you were come hithering me.
That is not a come hither look
Yeah.
for
It
me.
was.
It's
You
just a
were-
regular. Is a squinty eye look.
No, you were hithering me. You were come hithering me.
If I squint, it doesn't. It means I'm trying to see you more clearly.
That was a come hither slither. All right?
You can't hither in the workplace.
Just now.
not
Just now.
hithering.
All right. If you're back on the dating market, we might take phone calls on this. 12 new dating lingo slang terms.
Okay.
I was reading this list. I'm like, I might be familiar with a few of these, but not many.
I read about one last night. I read about one last night, and I want to see if it's on the list.
All right, well, tell me the
This is
one
the whole
that.
thing. This is so.
Tell me the one you read about.
Corny. It's so corny.
Would you please tell me the one you read about?
It's called Bless and Release.
Hold
Is
on.
that one on there?
Hang on.
I was reading a whole story about it. It's so stupid.
Bless and release. No, it's not on the list.
Okay, well, I'll explain that at some point. Go through your list.
Well, hold on. Let me go through my list, and then I want to
Yeah.
hear what bless and release. And folks, if you have any thoughts on this, if you're aware of these terms, or if you just found out about these terms, or if you're going back on the dating market and you have any comment on these terms, or maybe you're recently back on the dating market and you've found out about these terms that you didn't know about. All right, number one, I got like 12 of these things. And this comes from Ashley Madison, which, wait a minute, they're calling it a dating site now? Have they changed it? I thought Ashley Model was a website and an app where you find...
there were dates.
But I'm saying, I thought that Ashley Madison was when you wanted to cheat on someone. Wasn't their slogan?
It was a dating site for married people.
Yeah.
So so you would have an affair if you were engaging.
Wasn't their
Right,
slogan like "Life's too short, have an affair" or something?
Something like that. It was for marrieds looking for other marrieds.
Yeah. So
Yes.
are they still?
I think there's still a thing.
Are they operating on that model, or have they
I don't-
expanded to like regular, like non-spousal married couple cheating stuff?
Wait, didn't they have like a big breach, like a security breach or something?
Oh,
A
they
data
did?
breach?
Yeah.
All
Yes.
the names came out.
Yeah. Yeah, there was some. Didn't Hunter Biden's name come out or something?
Oh, his name is all over. I
Yeah,
bet.
it is.
That's the least of his
Yeah,
problems.
that's
All right, so this is a list from Ashley Madison. It's the annual list of the slang terms when dating that you have to know. Even those that are seeking a non-monogamous relationship. So let's go through these. Auto-erect.
Psh, Froggy, right there.
That's an explicit play on auto-correct.
Yes.
And it describes the act of using Chat GPT during sexting.
What?
That's
That's-
auto-erect. All right, call of booty, which
Okay.
clearly
this
is
cheesy.
clearly
Okay.
a play on the game Call of Duty, right?
Okay. Can we go back to auto erect?
Please.
Yes.
I have a problem with this.
Yes, Roxanne.
This is when you are sexting and you have to resort to ChatGPT to come up with things to say. Is that really a thing?
Sounds like it.
It sounds like you're probably pretty lame and a total loser
Yeah,
if you need
exactly.
to do that. Yeah,
Exactly.
right. Call of Booty describes an individual playing juvenile dating games, a playful combination of booty call and Call of Duty. Thanks. I wouldn't have been able to figure that out. What about covalent bond? Taking you back to what, like chemistry or something?
What the?
When someone experiences an intensified energy toward an affair partner when the affair is not disclosed. Covalent bond.
I don't understand that.
Nobody uses these words.
Yeah,
Nobody.
that doesn't
Even
make
if
any
you're in the
sense.
somebody at Ashley Madison sat there in a room and just tried to hammer out 10
Just
fake terms
to get free publicity.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
Call of Booty will be if.
Why are you putting it down? I think it's good.
Yeah, why don't you drop some of these lines on Kim and tell about your covalent bond that you have
Yeah.
with her?
I do play Call of Duty.
Yeah, I know. Kenning. Kenning. Do you know what that is?
It's probably something to do with Ken and Barbie.
No. Well,
That's when you have
Yeah, all right. Well, yeah.
a
Okay.
fetish for Ken Jennings.
All right. Kenning.
I think
Which
he's,
I
I think
do.
Fester does.
I think he's a very good-looking man.
Oh, he's a great host.
When you sit naked on the couch in front of the TV playing Ken Jennings on Jeopardy.
Oh, he's so good.
This is Jeopardy!
And he's so smart that like he almost rolls his eyes sometimes when people miss stuff.
Yeah. See, Alex Trebek was a game show host, and he just read cards. Ken Jennings is actually a genius, and he's smarter than everybody else on the show. And he has like this dismissive tone sometimes.
So you
when-
think he's like daily double your IQ?
Like, listen, Ken's like daily octuple my IQ, but nobody gets it. Ken's like,
It is.
it
no-
was John.
You're losers.
It has
Yeah.
nothing to do with Ken Jennings, okay?
Okay.
All right. Kenning, the act of men learning that monogamy is not the default relationship style for the modern woman.
I don't even know what you just said.
What?
I think too many double negatives in there.
All right.
Say it again.
The act of men Do you need some Ritalin or something?
Yes, I do.
She's on it today, boy.
Call CVS, see if they have some Foculin.
Focus.
Yeah.
Foculin.
All right. So, Kenning, the act of men learning that monogamy isn't the default relationship style for the modern woman.
So women are playing around, and you don't think you're going to get somebody who's
oh,
going to be
okay,
loyal to
okay.
one
A
man.
guy thinks that a woman is looking for monogamy.
Yeah, I hear you. There's got to be a better way to say what you just said. I'm not blaming you. You're reading
try
it straight
again.
off the paper.
Chat GPT it.
What about Game of Tones? Do you know what that is? Game of Tones.
That
Tone of
is-
voice?
Yeah, that is not a new term.
Nope. It's a way to characterize different affair partners with unique ringtones for discrete recognition.
This is ridiculous.
So you have a different ringtone that you assign to each affair partner?
I think I don't think these are dating terms as much as they're like rules for polygamy, like people that are just dating tons of different people, right?
What is a fireside fling?
I don't want to guess.
A fireside fling.
For fear of offending redheads, I'm going to remain quiet on this.
A romantic partner that you connect with to get through the gloomy, cold winter period. That's your
This is dumb.
fireside fling. All right, next. Scandovellian. Maybe a play on.
Machiavelli.
Yes, Froggy.
I was going to say Scandinavian.
Machiavelli.
Yeah,
Scandinavian?
A Scandinavian
Well, actually,
woman who thinks
technically,
she
I think it's
Machiavellian.
Machiavelli.
I think is it Machiavellian?
Yes.
Yeah. I went to his grave in Italy. Seriously,
Ooh.
I stood right on top of Machiavellian's grave. All right, so Machiavelli.
Yeah, I was going to say he doesn't have an N at the end of his name. That's the behavior.
It's Machiavelli is what I should say. Describes a reality. So Scandovellian describes a reality where cheaters are villainized while the people who are cheated on benefit socially from the affair.
Okay.
That's the behavior. What about mapping? Do you know what mapping is?
Connecting freckles on someone's body.
There you go. The careful and calculated art of crafting a meetup with an affair partner outside the monogamy boundaries of your marriage or relationship.
You were right.
That's mapping. Very close. What about a ghoster coaster? Oh, that should be a new Busch Gardens ride.
Yeah, I want to go on a ride that turns you into a ghost.
It'd be pretty haunted.
The ghoster coaster.
I got it. You have a
What?
drink with someone. You're drinking on coasters. You set your glass in the coaster and you haul ass after they paid for your drink.
That's
No,
gotta be it.
a ghoster coaster is where you pretend that you put your drink on a coaster, but it's all wet and sweating, and you leave a nasty ring on their expensive coffee table.
Yeah, and then yes.
It's the ghoster coaster is where you think you had a coaster, but you didn't. No. That's I'm making it up, Froggy.
I thought you were serious.
No, I'm not serious. A term used to describe the experience of having a romantic partner who disappears and then reappears intermittently. So the ghoster ghosts you, disappears,
Yeah,
and then
you're on a
then
roller coaster with the
reappears.
ghoster. I got
there
it.
you go.
Okay.
I got 1, 2. I got 3 more, but first it's 8:00. Let's try to give away $1,000 right now. Are you ready for the cash kitty?
What? That is the worst cat impression I've ever heard.
It's like a hybrid dog cat sound.
Sounds like a whistle you put on your tailpipe of a car.
right.
Whistle goes, whoa, whoa.
Woo!
This hour's word is collect. Oh, no, that's wrong. Hold on a minute.
Whoa. Well, hold on.
Oh, they got it turned to the wrong damn page.
Oh, no.
Hold on. Was
No,
yesterday?
I don't know. No, it's on the wrong page.
Okay, just forget what we just said.
Forget about that.
Okay, we take it all back.
Forget it. Boop, 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 boop. Beep, beep, beep. I'm backing it up.
Meow.
All right. This is Wednesday, April 24th, right? Oh, no, this is 20.
Today's
today's
Tuesday,
Tuesday.
dude. Today's Tuesday, the 23rd.
Today's Tuesday, the 23rd. What the hell's going on with me? All right. Today's Tuesday, the 23rd. All right. This word is hoard. All right. This hour's word is hoard. H-O-A-R-D.
What is so funny?
It's not W-H.
Yeah,
All right.
emphasize that
All
horror.
right. This hour's word is hoard. H-O-A-R-D. Text the word hoard nationwide to 45911 before quarter after. for a shot at $1,000 cash, or you can enter it on the Q105 app or at myq105.com. This hour's word is hoard.
Use it in a sentence, please. You can hoard all your money after you win from Q105 and the Cash Kitty.
I like to hoard gummy bears.
Yes, you
okay?
do.
Yes. Hoard. The word is hoard. HOARD. Text it right now nationwide to 45911, and you could win $1,000. Next shot happens at 10 a.m., then 12 noon, then 3 and 5 p.m. today. All right, the final terms here, if you're back on the dating scene, and you need to be aware of these terms, rendezvous, not rendezvous, but rendezvous. It's a phrase used to describe an ongoing sexual or romantic arrangement between two consenting couples. Then hush haven. Where is the hamlet of Hush Haven?
You go and eat hush puppies in a secret spot.
Yes. It's a location often discreet where you and your affair partner commonly meet. That's actually interesting. The Hush Haven.
Yes. Like the Dutch motel, Froggy.
Yes.
Hell.
Meet you at the Hush Haven.
I'll bring the bug spray.
Meet you right at the Popeyes near Armenia.
Nobody uses these terms.
Nobody.
Nobody.
Was
I
that the
mean,
last one?
No, there's one
Oh,
more.
geez. By the way, Fester, I just looked up covalent bond. It's not a thing. It's only a sharing of electrons pairs between atoms. It's not. This list is BS.
No,
Yeah.
but that's what I said. It kind of
Yeah.
a chemistry kind of
Yeah.
thing. All right. Then freewheeling took me back to chemistry. Freewheeling, do you know what that is? The feeling of engaging in non-monogamous sexual or romantic experiences without guilt or shame. The feeling of engaging in non-monogamous sexual or romantic experiences without. So you're in a marriage?
What? Nobody uses these
Yeah,
terms.
nobody.
And you're
Hey,
all-
so what's new, Froggy? Well, I've been freewheeling. It's been great.
Hold on. If
You got a four-wheeler?
if you're freewheeling, if you're in a marriage and you're dipping outside the marriage and you're not feeling any remorse or guilt, that makes you a sociopath. Seriously.
No, you're a free
All right,
wheeler.
listen, you might be playing the field outside the marriage. You might be straying and but I would think that most people that are getting some side rides, some side action,
Struggle.
they have some remorse or a little bit of guilt.
Or internal conflict.
Or they second guess themselves, or what am I doing? But maybe the drive and the desire is too strong. And if you're not feeling any guilt, if you're having a fling on the side, then you're clearly one step away from Jeffrey Dahmer. You're clearly
You're Tony Sopranos.
You're a sociopath.
What's your favorite Tom Petty song?
Free Falling.
Free falling.
Oh, it's not freewheeling.
Last Dance with Mary Jane. Why?
That's a great song too. Man, all the
the
Tom
best.
Petty, all the Tom Petty.
Did you
stuff.
want to hear the bless and release definition?
I do. I
Okay.
want to go to phones here, though. Folks, if you have any comment on the list, but I would also like to ask the question, do we have any men or women that are playing around with Ashley Madison right now? Do we have any married... Listen,
I thought you said it's a legit dating site now.
Well, no. Apparently... No, I asked whether they're doing regular dating. I asked early on, or if it's still a cheating website. So just out of curiosity, and you can stay completely anonymous, do we have any men or women right now listening to the show that are playing around on Ashley Madison? You're in a marriage, you are married, but you're flinging it up. And listen, it doesn't just have to be Ashley Madison. I'm sure there are plenty of married people that are going on a plenty of fish. I'm sure they're going on, Hinge and Tinder and, God forbid, Christian Mingle. Man, that really is sick, man. If you're like trying to have an affair and pick up some date on Christian Mingle.
What would Jesus
But
say?
I don't think it works like that.
Yeah,
I think Christian Mingle's just for people with this shared religious values.
Yeah,
Well, you fake it.
Okay.
All right,
I'm actually a Satanist.
This is terrible.
Let's
Yes.
seriously, let's go to phones. I don't know what kind of calls we're going to get, But are there any people that are using a dating app to cheat and have side action going on right now? Listen, I don't know if anyone's going to call in, but if you are, you can stay anonymous if you want. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. The question is, will anybody call in on that question? We usually have no issue filling phones with whatever the hell I ask or come up with. But will anybody call up and admit that they're using Ashley Madison or another dating app or site to find some side action while married? All right. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Or are you now out of a marriage and you did it during your marriage? That might be more palatable for some. 800-990-1047. All right, Roxanne, what is your
I just realized that
term?
entire list that you went through,
Yep.
because it's an Ashley Madison list. It's all those terms are about cheating.
Yeah.
They're all
Yeah,
about
yeah,
cheating.
yeah.
This is just a normal dating term.
And
So-
where did you stumble upon this term?
It just popped up in my news MSN.com. It's called bless and release, and it's a permission slip to release a guy or a girl who isn't in alignment with what you want for your future. And so this woman who's a dating columnist, she's telling people how to properly bless and release someone.
Hold on.
But-
So you're in a relationship and you realize
yes.
that things are not good. So you
Mhm.
you give them your blessing and release them to
Yeah.
go play around, or you jettison them from the relationship that you're saying, let's just part ways, have a nice life, see you later.
It's a jettison, but I mean, I guess it's better than ghosting or you're dead to me or
Yeah.
I pretend like I never knew you.
Yeah.
It's the classy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This might be a tough ask.
Yeah.
You know, phones are ringing.
Yeah,
Andrew is screening calls, but he's not putting anything on hold.
General rules
Yeah.
of having affairs
Yep.
is not calling into radio shows.
I
mean, if we're
right?
gonna have some broad, just ground rules, okay, we're gonna have an affair, we're gonna do this.
You think?
Hey, how about we not call a morning show?
It happens all the time on War of the Roses.
That's sabotage, which I think isn't fair.
Oh, man. All right.
Oh, I'd
So,
like to send the roses
So,
to my
yeah.
girlfriend.
Andrew's screening. I'll give it like 10 more seconds before I move on here.
Nobody uses those phrases, number one. And number two, like Fester just made the great point.
Yeah. Okay, if we're gonna do this, we gotta have a couple of ground rules. No calling after 6 o'clock. Okay, that sounds pretty good, Chet. Okay. Also, no calling into radio shows. Okay, that sounds like a good idea as well.
Chet sounds so sexy.
Listen, my greatest attribute.
What about Cajun Fester stepping out on his wife?
Oh,
Yeah.
Cajun Fester's a great cheater.
You want to talk about a guy who plays the bayou?
Yeah.
Cajun Fester, he'll find somebody else. Yeah, he got ladies in every parish in southern Louisiana.
You ought to come up with a Cajun dating app.
I'm surprised there's not one already.
Cajun Dayton.
Andrew, I saw you screen like 5 or 6 different calls in there. What were they calling about? And you put nothing on hold.
Anonymous?
Oh, Andrew's waved me off, almost like,
Oh.
yeah,
I
don't,
mean, if it's
don't
not
waste my time.
If it's not a good call, we don't
yeah.
want it. But
Yeah, listen, I that's why I prefaced it with, hey, this might be a tough one to get phone calls on. All right, this is just idiotic. You've got a couple here in Florida that tried to make a fake winning lotto ticket and then try to go to the lottery folks to cash it in? Do you think really you could fool lotto headquarters with a fake ticket? What kind of jackasses are we dealing with here? Kira Enders and her boyfriend, Dakota Jones. First of all, isn't Dakota more of a woman's name?
it's both.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever heard of a male Dakota. I've always heard of female.
Fanning.
What?
Yeah, it's
Johnson.
Yeah, she's
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're all females. Yes.
We're talking about it being a male name, Froggy. Listen
Froggy.
to the whole sentence.
I'm telling you, the Dakotas I know.
Yes, are
Fanning and Johnson.
Dakota Fanning, Dakota Johnson, absolutely. But Kira Enders and her boyfriend, Dakota Jones, attempted to scam lottery officials into giving them $1 million prize with 2 torn scratch-off tickets spliced together to form a winning ticket? What kind of harebrained cockamamie idea was this? The 2 tickets were ripped horizontally with the top half of one ticket and the bottom half of the other, then carefully pieced together to show the $1 million prize winner. Yeah, this is according to the Pensacola News Journal. You know, hey, folks, let me tell you right now, they have barcodes. They know, which ticket is the winner. There's all kinds of other additional checks. Listen, there are security measures to validate tickets that, we don't even know about. And you try to splice 2 tickets together to come up with a bogus $1 million ticket? What kind of moron are you? Didn't fool anyone at the lottery headquarters.
There's a legitimate rip across it.
Yeah, and they did not check the serial numbers of the 2 different scratch-offs. Yeah. I don't think this is going to be a made-for-TV movie type of situation. It was clear to the lottery officials and obviously clear to us that she had taken 2 tickets with different serial numbers and try to piece it back together, according to the Escambia County Sheriff, Chip Simmons.
Oh, Chip.
Yeah, you know what? You put the scam in Escambia County right there. Yeah, right? You're trying to scam the lottery officials in Escambia County. I mean, what idiots, especially whenever you pretend like you've won $1 million, they're going to take a look at the ticket. Several days after Enders, 36 years old, submitted the ticket to the Florida Lottery back in March, she and Jones, 32, drove to meet with a lottery agent to follow up about the possible winnings. Instead of being handed a big check, they were taken into custody. They had police standing by and then questioned separately. Yeah, Enders allegedly claimed the ticket fell out of her car and it got rained on. According to the police report, she then told authorities that she tried to scratch it before it was dry, and she was forced to tape it together to keep it from getting further ruined. Oh, just the ridiculous things that people come up with. After she was confronted about the mismatching backsides of the tickets, she said, "What? They don't go together?" Then argued the ticket wasn't taped the right way. She said that she would have shared the winnings with Jones and hoped to open up a hair salon. What, with your harebrained idea? Anyway, Jones told the same lottery agent the couple found 2 halves of a wet ticket walking down a road in Defuniak Springs. Jones stated that once scratched, the ticket said $1 million, and he was like, no freaking way. The report states, according to the newspaper, Jones advised that they did not buy the ticket and doesn't know where Enders, I guess, told about the anyway.
So what's going to happen to these 2?
Listen, you're trying to defraud the lottery. This, I would imagine, this could be felonious.
Yeah, but what, are you going to send them to jail for years and years? Big
Listen,
deal.
They were charged with forgery, alteration of a lottery ticket, intent to defraud, passing a forged altered state lottery ticket, and larceny.
This is no joke festival.
Grand theft of $100,000 or more. That's felonious. I think that's multiple felony counts. I mean, how stupid are some people that think that they can fool the lottery?
That just goes to show you about men named Dakota.
You know what? I guess what? To show you that we can get calls on almost anything.
What?
Except people that will call up and tell us that they're cheating right now on their spouse.
There are rules.
I got a male Dakota on the phone that's just phoned in.
What?
Yeah. Hi, good morning. MJ Morning Show. Is this Dakota?
Yes, sir. And I'm a little pissed off. Like, there's a couple, female Dakotas out there that are maybe movie stars or whatever. Hey, but most of us are guys, man. I got to hang down. It's all good.
It's all right. Hold Dakota. Listen, I'll take my lumps, man. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Well, you say meat to lunch?
What?
No, not take you to lunch.
Yeah,
no.
MJ wants to take you to lunch, man. Where do you want to go?
Let's go to North Dakota. All right. So Dakota, I've only known Dakota to be a female name, like Dakota Fanning and Dakota Johnson. I've never known a male Dakota, but now I do.
Yeah, now you do.
Dakota, how old are you? Because I would think Dakota would be more of a sort of an under 40 name. How old are you?
I'm 24, actually.
All right, 40. And why did your parents name you Dakota? What was the story behind that?
Funny enough, I think my dad just loved the state.
Oh, I thought maybe your father was a painter, and he would always ask, "You think this needs another Dakota paint?"
Oh,
yeah.
God.
That was awful.
That's hysterical.
All right,
That's a joke. There's not too many Dakota jokes you can go with. So you got to take the one you have.
Needs another Dakota paint.
One more Dakota.
I need another Dakota paint over here. So, all right, Dakota. What do you do for a living, Dakota? Just out of curiosity.
I work for R's Awnings.
Awning? An awning company.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Hey, Dakota, thank you. I'm sorry to offend you. I'm sorry for saying there were no male Dakotas, or I don't know any.
This behavior. Don't make me get on the call again.
All right, now Dakota. Dakota, I love this guy. Dakota, are you married?
Not yet, but I'm looking.
Man, you need to find a chick named like Alabama or something.
Oh yeah, wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
Montana.
All the girls I know all the girls I know named Alabama or from Alabama, they like their cousins.
Roll Tide.
So do you call your
If I
body?
was more inbred, I'd be a sandwich.
Hold on, say it again. What?
So if I was any more inbred, I'd be a sandwich.
Inside bread.
We get
Get
that.
it?
I got it. That's worth
I
somebody.
like it.
All right, hey, Dakota, have a great day, buddy.
You too, bud.
Look at that.
All right, we have another caller too.
An actual
Dakotas?
Dakota.
Yeah.
Well, it's not on hold yet,
Oh,
so I
okay.
don't.
We don't know.
Hey, Andrew, am I taking the second call here? No.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at Roxanne. See,
No,
it
actually,
blinks
in
when
this,
it's on hold.
in this crazy studio that we
Yeah.
have, it's hard for me to see certain things. I just am waiting for
have a
someone to violate Fester's policy and call in and be like, "Hey, I want to tell you about me and the woman I'm having an affair with," and then have him get busted by his girlfriend. Like, please don't do that again.
Not my rule. It's a rule of the affairers.
Yeah, there's one other lottery deal, and I thought I had the story. I might have. Why can't I? I think I lost it. I can't find. I just had the damn thing, and now I can't find it. No, there's no winner that's come forward.
Is it a Powerball? A big one?
Yeah. So 842 million. No one's come forward for the $842 million power. Can you bring it up, Fester, before we move on? And I'm running late on one of my teaser items. Oh man, what's new? I got to come up with a better system. So
The story out of Michigan?
yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think it was like New Year's Day or something. Yeah, it was that Grand Blanc, Michigan. No one's come forward. Yeah, click on the story. Michigan Lottery continues to wait for the $842 million ticket sold at the Food Castle convenience store in Grand Blanc, Michigan. No one's come forward. It was New Year's Day drawing, and it was an $842 million prize, one ticket. And here we are, almost 5 months later, and no one's come forward for an $842 million ticket. Wow.
I mean, you'd think how much more time do they have, first of all?
Yeah, that's a good question. It varies by state.
I don't know that 2 months is an unreasonable amount of time.
Like in Florida, I think you might have a year to collect, but you have to make certain decisions on whether you want the lump sum cash up front or you want to take the annuitized, like 30-year payments. You have to decide that, I think, within like 60 or 90 days, if I'm not mistaken. All right. Sorry, I'm running a little late on this item. I don't do this. I'm guessing Fester does this. I'm guessing full freaking buffet. A new survey shows that over 50% of Americans like to eat in bed. I don't do that.
Well, just because Fester's fat?
I didn't say that. I just nothing. Even if Fester was
ridiculous.
Even if Fester slimmed down like heavy Al Roker versus thin Al Roker today, I'm guessing that Fester would still eat in bed.
So one of my rules,
Yes.
and I have very, very, very few rules.
Oh, let's see where this goes.
No eating in bed.
Wow.
No eating in
Whoa,
bed.
I'm
Look
wrong.
at you. Last personified.
The bed is reserved for two main activities.
All right.
LM.
Yeah.
LM.
Yeah.
Like, well, I don't know what your initials mean, but one is sleeping and the other one is doing it.
Yeah,
And,
that was LM.
LM, love meatloaf. Yes.
Not in bed.
Yes.
Not in bed.
All right. I want to go to phones on this. I'm sure we'll have no issue getting calls on this. 50% of Americans like to eat in bed? I can't tell you the last time I had anything to eat. I don't bring dinner, lunch. I don't bring sandwiches.
Okay, what about people who do breakfast in bed? Because that's a thing, isn't it?
I thought of that as well. I was going to bring that up, but I don't know
I
if
don't want to lay in crumbs.
No.
I think the kids, I think Chloe and Julian, when they were maybe 6 and 8 years old, 6 and 9, when they're 3 years apart, maybe 5 and 8, I think they brought Michelle breakfast in bed like one time. But new survey out that over 50% of Americans like to eat in bed. I'm just not one of them. I don't get it. And Fester, I would have been, man, if I would have put big money down on that, I would have lost my shirt.
Yeah,
I would have
you would've.
lost my
Wow.
butt.
I am a non-bed eater. There's plenty of places to eat. The toilet, the shower,
Now,
all a fair game for food, but not the bed.
is there a difference between snacking in bed? So if you grab potato chips or pretzels or Funyuns
No, I like a 5-course meal in bed.
or eating a full meal in bed,
No.
Kidding.
You would think the snack stuff would be worse, actually, because it's more crummy.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Hey, Andrew. Yeah, phones are calling. I'm not gonna grab calls on this. That would bore me.
I do like
Yeah.
to eat in my bedroom sometimes because
What are you
you
laughing
guys,
Nothing. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
all right, I'm sorry.
you know, I like to eat in secret. The bizarre behavior of eating in secret.
In your car, right?
Yes, in my car, in the garage.
Yeah, it's like Princess Di. Next thing you know, we're gonna have to put a disclaimer that this show contains graphic scenes of,
No, not because of that. Just because I feel like I have peace. Like, when you're eating with your family, you're like, all right, you're trying to keep their manners.
I'm
Like,
just
put your
saying
napkin
that-
on your lap. Do this, do that. And
I'm just saying that Princess Di snuck all kinds of food.
I know, I
Yeah.
know, I know the reference, but I mean, I just do it because it's like you can breathe. All right, nobody's talking to me. I can eat and enjoy this fast food, and sometimes I do it in my bedroom as well, but I do it on my chaise lounge.
All right,
not on my
folks,
bed.
unfortunately, I'm going to have to expose something here. Oprah Winfrey and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, they pledged $10 million to go directly to the Maui wildfire survivors. Remember the awful wildfires that hit Maui last year? I mean, just horrible. And, the whole, downtown, one of the famous old downtown areas in Maui was just, totally destroyed. And here you had Oprah Winfrey and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson pledging $10 million for Maui wildlife survivors. I'm sorry, we gotta reveal the truth here. We've gotta call them out.
Have they not paid up yet?
How the hell do you say that you're going to pledge $10 million, Oprah Winfrey and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, to people who had these horrible wildfires? You had people died. This is the area is called Lahaina. And, whenever on Maui, I would go to Lahaina and go to Ululani's Shave Ice in Lahaina. They were burnt to the ground. So I got to call out Oprah Winfrey and Dwayne Johnson because they didn't give the $10 million.
Isn't that like pocket change for them?
They gave much more. They gave about $60 million.
Okay.
Look at that little spinaroo.
What a swerve. You swerved us.
Big old swerve.
That's super cool, then.
Look at that. Yeah, they gave a lot more, and the number apparently is like closer to $60 million.
They could have given even more if they wanted to.
Dude,
100
listen,
each.
I give them a lot of credit for this. So pledging $10 million, and they actually ended up giving a whole lot more. So it looks like it's closer to $60 million. In the end, Oprah and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, part of this, this charitable fund, about $60 million. And the money was dispersed between September and just this past February to approximately 8,100 adults. So they were behind this foundation. They promised $10 million, and it looks like they gave $50 million more than what they pledged. So can we get a round of applause for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and
The Rock?
This doesn't work for me.
What part of it?
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson just came back to wrestling. Okay, you know, it's at WrestleMania. Okay, you know how I love wrestling. Okay, and he's a bad guy.
Oh, now he's a bad guy?
He's a heel?
He bleeps off the crowd. He tells them to go do more meth.
Well, hold on. Why would he? Wait a minute. Get out of here. He's not telling the crowd to do meth.
If he's a heel now, he is.
Hold on. You heard Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in his new wrestling
Bester, bring it up if you want to.
telling the crowd to do meth?
The Rock telling the crowd to go back home and do more meth.
Get out of here.
Okay, so if this doesn't work for
Hold
me,
on.
this good guy.
Yeah, well, hang on a minute. He's a good guy. Everyone loves Dwayne Johnson. Why would he come back? How is that even remotely believable that he's
Because
playing
they
the part
needed
of
a bad guy.
But you don't pick Dwayne
He's the head
Rock.
of the family.
You don't pick Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. That's like miscast.
He's the final boss, dude.
But that's ridiculous. That is stupid.
He curses at the crowd.
Okay, so hold on.
You stupid.
The Rock tells Phoenix, Arizona that they are the #1 city for cocaine and crystal meth.
Are you serious? All right, hold on, roll.
Hold on, I got to
bring up the. Are you serious?
I think so. Hold on.
See, and then he pledges all this money. It doesn't make sense.
Just when you think Froggy's talking out of his ass.
All right,
you
so-
know. All right, hold on. I got to hear the audio. Hold on. Roll the audio.
Some news that you're probably going to like. The Rock has got some news that you might even be proud of. Apparently, Glendale is 10 miles away from Phoenix. Assuming the answer is yes, but are there a lot of people from Phoenix here tonight? I knew it, because that would make sense. The Rock did a little research, and here's what he found out. This is the truth. This is a fact. The #1 city in America for cocaine and meth use is Phoenix, Arizona.
I believe it.
Really?
And at the end of that, he goes, "Now go home and do more meth."
Hold on. Really? Well, where is that part?
It's at the end.
It's a YouTube clip I'm watching.
It
ended.
Oh, come on. That's the best part of the clip.
You got to watch the whole promo.
Are you serious? I thought it would have been somewhere in Polk County, but I guess I'm wrong.
See, and then he tries to be a good guy when he's a bad guy in real life.
So this was on SmackDown, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me.
It's wrestling. It's fake.
What?
I know. I realize he's an actor, but that just doesn't make sense
It's
to
not.
me.
It's real.
It's all fake. It's all real.
It's not fake. It's
It's
real.
all fake.
Do you know what I just saw? I had no idea.
You're a rube, Froggy.
Did you guys listen to me? Focus.
Sorry.
Did you guys know that the CVS drugstore at Kennedy and Dale Mabry closed?
Wait, Kennedy and Dale Mabry.
I mean, it's not in my normal traffic pattern.
Dude,
So
that's a big intersection.
yeah, okay, there's a lot
Yeah.
of big
Hold on.
intersections in
Hold
town.
on. Roxanne, are you baffled where that is?
Yeah, no, I'm just I avoid that intersection as much as possible because it's so you sit at that light forever. So I'm familiar with the stuff on. Isn't there a FedEx on the right?
Yeah,
there when you're coming down
there's
Kennedy?
a FedEx office, used to be Kinko's.
So where was the CVS? Across from that?
The CVS is right across the street.
Okay.
So it would be the south east corner.
Not my stomping ground,
Yeah,
not my path.
Am I the only one that doesn't give a crap about a CVS closing?
Well, I mean,
It's a big area. One CVS closes.
if I'm on Kennedy,
No, it was like just a big location. I never, you know what? I never really went there because I found it to be kind of an out of the way and kind of
Yeah,
hard.
right, and that's
I
probably
found
why
it
it's
to be a
closed.
hard in and out.
yeah,
That doesn't sound.
other people did too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they going to repurpose the building for one of those bin stores?
Yep, I bet.
Hot bins? That's what South Tampa needs, a hot bin. All the Amazon returns.
Guess what? That was one of my questions is what are they going to do? I mean, it's clearly a CVS building. You know, around town, you see like some of the old Eckerd buildings.
Yeah.
You know, and those are repurposed as whatever.
That was what I grew up in. That I was an Eckerd, child of an Eckerd worker.
Yeah, because your dad, your dad,
he was a little more than a worker. He was a CEO of Eckerd.
No, I mean, he was high up.
He didn't like fill prescriptions or sweep the
I
floor.
did. Well, I did. At the one on Caladesi Island.
Hold on.
Yes.
You filled prescriptions
No, I didn't.
without a pharmaceutical degree and a pharmaceutical license?
Well, they needed me to. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't do
What's
that.
vaginitis?
But I did look at the pictures. Remember, I told you guys.
Accidentally put oxys in someone's heart medication bottle.
It happens.
Yep.
No,
Accidentally, I didn't cross-reference, and I had a whole bunch of interactions.
I told you what I did do. I did look at the photos when they came through. When people came to pick up their photos, we had to like slap. We had
By
to.
the side the photo guy over here.
What are you, Robin Williams? What are you, stalking families?
Jeez.
No, but seriously, I just saw the other day. It's like, oh my God, the CVS is closed at the corner of Kennedy and Dale Mabry. I'm like, what the? And then what about Tijuana Flats?
Yeah,
Tijuana Flats. The parent company's filed for bankruptcy, and they're closing 11 stores. And one of the 11 stores, you know, when you file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, you have to close 11 stores.
It's an unknown rule of Chapter 11.
Yeah, Chapter 13, Chapter 7, you know, it's all according to what chapter you file. I'm just making that up. But the Tijuana Flats on Southdale Mabry is closed.
Fester loves that place because every time he wants to go to dinner, he's always like, "Do you want a Flats?"
You know, I'll tell you, Tijuana Flats has changed their taco. They changed the taco.
For good or for worse?
In my opinion, for worse.
Really? Maybe that's why they're having some trouble right now.
I haven't gone to Taco Tuesday in like 8 weeks.
I think they spend too much money on wall art.
I think they spend no money on wall art. That's why it looks like the way it does. But that sauce bar cannot be beaten. That smack my ass and call me Sally stuff, fantastic. Fantastic. Their sauces are on point.
You're like, Allison, please use the sauce language in the bedroom.
We don't eat in bed.
The Tijuana Flats in South Tampa at 4027 Southdale Mabry, that closed. And also 17501 Preserve Walk Lane.
Is that New Tampa?
It must be. That sounds like a New Tampa kind of street name. And then one in Sarasota closed on South Tamiami. But the Tijuana Flats, the one that I'm familiar with, I was familiar with the one on Southdale Mabry, and I was also familiar with the one on Platte. That one is remaining open, at least for now. So the according to the Tampa Bay Times, they did some homework, and the Tijuana Flats locations that will remain open in the Tampa Bay area include at least 5 in Pinellas County, 4th Street North and Tyrone Boulevard, Roosevelt Boulevard locations in St. Pete, Belcher, and Seminole Boulevard in Largo, one in Tampa on Platte. So those are the ones that will remain open in the Tampa Bay area.
There's a bunch of them in Hillsborough County as well, but some of them are closing down.
Well, 11 total stores and 2 immediately locally are shutting down. So, you know, I haven't been to Tijuana Flats in a while, but, you know, when I was there, I thought it was enjoyable. I thought the food was good. I had a decent time. Hey, so I kind of got a little spooked this morning.
Uh-oh.
You know those Amazon deliveries that come at like 3 and 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning? I got a guy in a suspicious looking vehicle just hanging out outside my driveway at 5:05 this morning. I'm like, what am I am I about to be taken out here? What's going on? You know, I got to be honest. I did take out the P365. I got a guy hanging outside my. What are you laughing at?
You better be safe and sorry.
Exactly. I'd be lying if I said that I did not, properly, get in some type of, defensive position.
Yeah.
But the Amazon is, I got headlights at a car right next to my driveway as I'm getting ready to leave this morning, just after 5 a.m. I'm like, oh my God, was this a mob hit? What's going on here? And I'm like, what? And then the guy gets out of the car with the blue and black smock on. I'm like, oh, geez, it's Amazon. Yeah. And, if you go to order Amazon, sometimes you'll see like delivery between, 2 and 5 a.m. Do they really need to be delivering in the middle of the night, just kind of spooking people in the neighborhoods?
You should be asleep.
They got to get stuff done.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, you have to kind of admire their commitment to getting you your product.
And let me tell you something else. Do you remember last week I had the problem where I didn't get texts for like the whole day?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was a big deal to you.
It was because who sent the message about them being late? Was that Roxanne?
I couldn't find my keys.
Oh, no, it was
Fester.
I couldn't find my keys in the morning, so I said that I was in the midst of a big emergency.
Right. And I didn't get anything. And then I realized that I had not gotten a text since like 2 o'clock or 5 o'clock, whatever it was, the previous day. And for whatever reason, I'm on the Android Google Pixel 8 Pro, and my wife has the same phone. So last week, my text got hung up and wouldn't push through. So I reset my phone. It booted back up, and then all of a sudden, all the texts start rolling in.
Your text sound is a tongue sound effect?
Mm-hmm.
Then last night, guess what? Last night, it happened to Michelle. And I'm talking about getting a text from the kids, and Michelle's like, I didn't get that. I'm like, oh, jeez. And then she noticed that she had not gotten text for a while. I'm like, all right, let me reboot your phone. So I went to the menu, I hit restart, and then the thing rebooted. And within a couple of seconds of reboot, all the texts start rolling in. What's causing this? And, don't be a smartass. Hey, MJ, get rid of your dumb Google Android phone. And what? It's about time you grow up and get an iPhone. No, I'm perfectly happy with Android, but if it's an issue, maybe I need to go to, Samsung or some other phone. It seems I'm getting a little more quirks and jerks.
Yeah, I'll tell you about a quirk and jerk I got in my phone, and I've got an iPhone.
Let me give out the phone number.
Okay.
Does anyone have an answer? Anybody work for Verizon? I'm a Verizon customer, so our service is through Verizon. But if you work for Verizon, AT&T, or, hey, listen, maybe you're an end user like me, does anyone have an answer? Why? And does this happen on iPhones too? Does it happen on Samsung Galaxies? Does it happen on other phones? What causes the text messages, like sometimes a whole freaking day before you figure it out, what causes these text messages not to push through? And then you reboot your phone and then they all start, running and blah, 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 blah. If anyone knows, if you're in the phone biz or maybe you're a user like me, well, that doesn't sound good.
The phone user.
Where do you shoot up? So 800-990-1047. If you're an end user like me, or why do these text messages get all hung up? I mean, you can miss out on some serious crap. Was that your nose hitting the microphone?
Yes, of course. I'm sorry.
All right, 800-990-1047. If anyone's got answers, 800-990-1047. But at some point, I'm afraid of missing a very important message that could screw me over.
Well, I have to tell you something I'm very upset about with my phone.
Yeah.
So I got all my birthday messages back in February, my happy birthday messages, and you never have time to go through them on your actual birthday. And I kept putting it off because I wanted to properly get back to everybody. I went to go respond to all my birthday messages. My whole month of February is gone. All my text messages for February, except like 2 random. What's going on?
Well, that's because you're on an iPhone. You got to go to Android.
Is that the answer? What happened? And now people think I'm rude because I didn't say thank you for my birthday message, and I don't know who they were.
They think you're a raging bitch.
I think they do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is this turning into cell phone troubleshooting?
Well, hold on. Listen, every line is jammed. Every line is. I couldn't get people who are cheating on their spouses right now. That was a little bit of a rough ask. But you talk about cell phones. I'm all jammed up over here.
Rack them up.
All right, 800. Every line is every line. 800-990-1047. Hey, anyone listening that your phone didn't pass some text messages for hours, or you had a reboot, and then there was something like critical that you missed? All right, Dennis is in Tampa, first in on this. Hey, Dennis, welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, thank you. So I had the same issue. I have an iPhone and my wife has an Android phone.
Yeah.
And she was having that same problem. We're both on T-Mobile. And what I end up doing is before you go crazy and change the phone, I would probably just switch your messages app and try that because I did that and it works great for her.
No, listen, that's a good point. I'm using the default. I'm using the message app that comes with the phone. Are you saying you installed like a third-party message app?
Well, actually, it was a Samsung phone and it has another one in there.
All right.
So I ended up switching from the default to the another app they had in there, and actually works. And the same thing happened. As soon as I switch it, she ended up getting like 100 messages.
All right. Hey, listen, thank you, Dennis. I appreciate it.
All right.
Let me grab Christine in Lithia. Christine, MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey. So I used to work for your carrier. With your Android phones, when something like that happens, there's two things you can do. Clean out your cookies and clean out your cache. So basically, it's like a computer in your pocket.
Have you cleaned your cookies, MJ?
Once in a while.
So I got to clean my kibbles and bits?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so wait a minute. I go to the message app. Hold on a minute. I just went to my message app, and let me hit like the info thing, and then I've got open.
Oh, no.
What?
Cookies and cache is going to be in your settings. So pull down and do the search menu and type it in. That's the quickest way to find it.
Oh, no, I got it. I got it right here. So I clicked on that, and now I clicked on storage and cache, and now I can clear cache and clear storage.
You got it.
So
That's
hold
gonna free up memory on your phone.
So what do I?
Memory gets filled up with pictures and stuff like that.
All right, well, hold on a minute. So wait a minute. Do I clear the cache and the storage?
I would clear the cache first.
All right, because if I clear storage, does that erase all my messages?
It's going to erase anything you have stored on the phone, like passwords and like if you go to a website, if you go to Facebook and it automatically pops up on your phone,
all right,
it's going to save that password.
All right, Christine, I'll see what happens. Thank you. I appreciate the call.
Hold on. One other thing, make sure she is on Wi-Fi calling.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Fester, hold on a minute. Hang on a minute. Fester just walked out of the room.
Yeah, don't worry about him. MJ, don't worry about him.
Oh, is he all grumped up?
No, it's not that.
What is he all? What?
No.
Oh. Did you go outside to unload?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
That's unacceptable.
Thank you. No way. Thank you.
Right, guys. We have a confined studio in here.
Hold on. Was he doing it next to you?
The door just threw up.
No, I
puffed in an air biscuit.
Listen, guys, we're sitting here taking calls on phones. And I'm like, I got a toot. And then I just walk out in the hallway here.
Unbelievable.
I walk down a little bit. I might have
you wafted, you dragged it back in.
Oh, dude.
My God.
I just got blasted.
Apologies.
All right, listen.
Apologies. Apologies all around. Apologies to Christine.
MJ, it's your fault because you hurried him back in here thinking he was doing something he shouldn't have been doing.
If I'm in the hallway and you can see me through the glass, don't walk in the hallway, Froggy.
Just left the studio.
Guys, give me my time. I mean, you guys take calls from
Christine, I think you had one more thing to say.
Turn on Wi-Fi calling because if your service is bad in your area or even spotty, your messages will connect to your Wi-Fi wherever you are and continue to work through Wi-Fi, not through your mobile carrier.
Thank you. Fester, you just ruined the hallway.
Dude, I ruined the hallway every day. Usually it's during commercials, but right now we're talking for an hour and a half here. I had to go.
Debbie in Riverview. Debbie, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi.
Yes, Deb, go ahead.
Okay, what happened was I thought I needed a new phone, and so I called T-Mobile. I have an Android. So I had when it was all said and done, I had 15 texts telling me to do this, do that, clear this, clear that. So I did all that. I said, well, maybe it's just my phone. I have an older phone. So I went ahead and I ordered another phone. And in the meantime, I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to make another phone call here and talk to another tech. And this last tech that I spoke to, which of course I gave him 5 stars, he disconnected me from the tower and reconnected me, and my phone is great.
Well, look at that.
Why don't you brag a little more?
That? So I would have bought a new phone and everything when they just had to disconnect me from the tower.
That's it.
So I started getting emails, yeah.
Well, Debbie, I will take that into consideration if my dilemma and Michelle's dilemma continues. I appreciate you listening.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. One more call on this. Look, phones just blew up on this. Barb in Lakeland. Yeah, Barb, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
Good morning. So I have a Pixel 8 Pro, and I've been reading on Reddit. They did these updates, and there's a lot of people that are starting to have problems with phone calls and texts.
Yep.
So if you read through Reddit, there's a lot of people that, and it was from an update they say is causing it, and they're going to roll out another update patch for it.
All right.
And I just wanted to mention, if you and your wife's phone did the text issue, were you at home, and were you guys in the same place where the text issues happened, or were you at separate places? Because if she's talking about towers, you know, it depends on where you were at.
Well, I discovered it when I came to work last week. I discovered it when I was at work, but I think technically it happened while we were home.
I think maybe it was an update. I don't know. I would read Reddit. Read that app a little bit later.
I appreciate it. Listen, Reddit's got everything. Whatever's going on the planet, someone's talking about it on Reddit, and there are other people commenting. Barb, thanks for the call.
I just put in PAP, and it pulls up all that.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Barb.
Okie doke.
Look at our listeners. Barb. Our listeners are great resources here. It's fantastic. All right. That concludes an hour and 20 minutes plus of nonstop MJ. When we return, got a couple of additional celebrity items. Why did Kim Kardashian lose over 100,000 followers? What did she do? What happened? Eminem is celebrating 16 years of this. What is the real Slim Shady celebrating after 16 years? Oh, and you know what? I feel bad. You know, Jelly Roll. You know,
oh no, he's dead?
No.
Oh thank God.
No, Jelly Roll, the country singer. Something hurt him. He's a sensitive guy.
Oh, I thought you meant something hurt him like a heart attack.
No,
or a harpoon.
Jelly Roll was.
No, I like him.
He was psychologically damaged a little bit. Jelly Roll was hurt.
He seems like a genuinely nice guy.
So all that coming up in just a bit. Also, the mystery of the LBs. What's going on? The mystery of the LBs.
Pounds?
Yes.
Well, is it or is it not?
Okay.
Hold on. I guess you got to find out next.
Mm-hmm.
Linebackers.
Yeah, you got to find out next right here on the MJ. And don't take guesses. Don't take guesses right off the bat. But all that and a whole lot more next here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Make sure you take us into the office with you if you're heading into your place of work. So, you can listen on 104.7 FM if you've got a regular radio, or listen on your phone. We're on all the apps. Just search for Q105 Tampa Bay. You can stream us on your phone or on your computer. You get into the office, just go to mjmorningshow.com and click on the red Listen Live button in the upper right-hand corner. And you can stream us live on your computer speakers. Easy as that. So you can listen to us as you get out of the car every single day. All right, now. with Fester, Froggy, Roxanne. Froggy texted us, my texts are working, that apparently he's a little indisposed right now. So I guess whenever he makes it back, he'll make it back. The LB mystery. Ladies and gentlemen, the LBs, where the heck are they? What is going on? It's like a mystery. Maybe we need to put out an Amber Alert for the LBs. Fester, you know what I'm talking about?
No. The LBs.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Roxanne, any idea the missing LBs?
It's when people take Ozempic and then their pounds go missing.
Well, in this day and age, that's not a bad guess,
right?
But not what we're looking for
we
here.
can make guesses. I mean, yeah, of course it could deal with weight. It could be somebody's name, some initials.
All incorrect.
Can you give us one word?
Love.
Love boats? Love boats?
What did you just say?
I said love boats, but I know what the true answer is.
No, it's not the Love Boat.
Which has been missing off the air for 40 years.
Yeah. Captain
yeah.
Stoopy.
Stooping. Yeah.
Captain Stupid. All right.
Yeah, where are they?
This year,
yeah,
I've seen a couple. I've seen
Where
a
the
few.
hell are the love bugs?
Where are they?
Well, we've commented on this. It's not like it used to be back in the 70s and 80s. I remember my grandparents, both my grandfathers, they used to have these net contraptions. They for what April, May, and then September?
Yeah, 2 weeks a year.
Yeah, I think it was April, mid to late April, and then September. Love bugs used to coat the front of your car and windshield like somebody took Pillsbury, cake frosting and just. But what has happened over the years? It seems the love bugs have just drastically decreased in numbers. I'm not complaining. That's fine. Hey, it's fine with me. Because I remember that when I first moved to Florida, this is back in 92 when I first moved over to West Palm Beach, that I would have to go to the coin-operated car wash nozzles.
Yeah.
The same kind of nozzle I used to clean my driveway yesterday where I shot the white tip off and I have no idea where the hell it went. If you missed the impromptu return of Milton Fludge Cow, I'll explain that again for our later listeners. But love bugs, Fester, is there a scientific explanation on why my grandfathers here in Florida, I had one set of grandparents, they lived in Hollywood in a place called Hillcrest, right off Hollywood Boulevard, down in Hollywood. And then my other grandparents, they lived in Lake Worth. They lived in a place called The Fountains. And both grandparents had the whole screens. They had it was like an elastic band that went over the whole front bumper and covered the whole the headlights. Yeah. You remember that?
Yes, and it would just be caked on bugs.
Exactly, to prevent the love bugs from hitting your car and caking into the grill and potentially having the acidic nature of their squashed bug body juice, eat at your paint. But we don't. It's not the same anymore. Fester, can you please, Mr. Science me? Yes. Where the hell are the bed bugs? Jeez. I'm sorry.
Love bugs.
I'm sorry, the love bugs.
This year, they're
the love bugs.
You've been saying bed bugs.
The quantity.
The love bugs.
The quantity is down. It is down significantly. Yeah. I did not know this. They are an invasive species from Central America, and now they've taken over many southeastern United States.
They invaded a long time ago because I was 3 years old in 1969, and my grandparents were, using a spatula to get them off the car.
Raise your hand if you've ever taken two bed bugs. See, now you've got me doing it.
Yeah.
Two love bugs and pulled them apart mid copulation.
Dude, that is murder.
I know, isn't that? It's not. It doesn't kill them. It doesn't kill them, but I've seen it happen.
Oh,
you're ripping his wang off.
Yeah, the male wang. You ripped it off. It's all.
And she's flying around with that wang.
Yeah, it's just hanging out.
Ugh.
Just
poor thing.
It's got all detached in there. No, I've never pulled love bugs apart.
I haven't seen it. I haven't done it, but I've seen it. I've seen
I've
people
blown
do
up
it.
a lizard or two, but I've never done that to a love bug.
Yeah, I guess there's an entomology professor at the University of Florida named Dr. Norman Lepla. And Dr. Norm, he says there might be some kind of a love bug pandemic.
Like love bug COVID?
Some type of pandemic that's like reducing the numbers of the love bugs.
There's a moratorium on love bugs.
Yeah.
All these little love bugs are wearing masks.
No, but seriously, but I'm not the only one. They're asking. People are asking what's happened to the love bugs that we used to have, swarms a couple of times a year here in Florida.
Maybe there's a 6-foot rule and they can't be attached at the butt.
Sorry, can't do it with you.
Why? Tell me why. Why did Kim Kardashian lose more than 100,000 followers?
Can I take a guess?
Yes.
It has something to do with Swifties.
Yes, it does.
Oh, what the hell?
It has to do with those Swiftie maniacs.
That's all I think about when I hear people losing mass. I just think they got attacked by the Swifties.
Yeah. The protests at universities. It's not a Palestine-Israeli thing.
No.
They're the Swifties.
Sure.
Yeah, they're Swifties.
That new album is very divisive.
Yeah. Man, I tell you, our colleges around the country, man, they're having problems. Columbia and, Julian's at NYU, and they're having some major problems at NYU. And Julian said that they might even cancel classes. You know what? Hang on. Let me call Julian here in a second. Hang on. Yeah, Julian thought that maybe they would cancel classes today because...
Today or for the rest of the semester?
No, not the...
I don't know. It's not getting any better.
No, today.
I knew you were going to call.
Why do you know I was going to call?
Because I was listening, and then I heard Julian, and then my phone went silent and started buzzing.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
Usually an indication.
Hey, hang on. Before I ask you about if you feel in danger at NYU right now, what is this with your roommate? Julian, listen to this text. Julian sends a message to me, Chloe, and Michelle. Holy bleep. Every bleeping day, this kid somehow breaks our toilet. What is Julian's in a dorm. What is your roommate doing that breaks your toilet every day?
Well, I mean, I can't exactly say.
I mean, is it volume?
Oh, is he in the room right now?
Well, yeah.
So what? Speaking code.
Yeah.
Listen, then let's talk to him directly. Hand him the phone.
Listen, be a Navajo code talker. Let's go.
Well, okay. You know the little device that starts with the F?
The flusher?
The sink?
The flapper?
Yeah, that.
Hold on. The flapper or the flush handle?
The flapper.
Okay,
That doesn't
and?
start with S.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Hold on. Did you say S or F?
He said F. He had to have said F.
It's the flapper.
Okay.
The flapper.
Julian's roommate's Chinese from Beijing. I don't think he does. I don't think he understands flapper.
No, but every day he somehow manages to get it stuck. And so all I hear is like the water, like the fucking like.
Oh,
Julian, you're on the air.
Julian, we're on.
No, he said sucking.
Oh, hold on. Did you say?
He said
hold on.
sucking.
Hold on. Did
No,
you
he
say
said the F
Did you
word.
say the F bomb?
He did.
It might have slipped out.
Yeah, dude, what do you mean might have? It did slip. Dude, you can't drop the... You're the son of a radio broadcaster. You can't drop the F-bomb. I had to hit the dump button.
Good job, Julian.
I said dump that quickly.
I did dump
You
it.
did. Thanks for the tip, jackass.
What kind of loosey-goosey rules do you have in your household, MJ, that your kids
you know
can
what?
talk like that around you?
You know what? They go to college. Seriously,
Just
they go to
kidding, Julian.
college, and their mouths become freaking urinals.
It is the... Oh my, that is disgusting. I'm looking outside my bathroom window, and there's all of the to-go containers. I'm on the backside of my building, and there's all of the to-go containers. I guess people just throw out of their windows.
Are you serious?
They throw it out their
Yeah. On the, like, the air vent, like, backside.
Hold on, Julie. Did you go into the bathroom to get away from your roommate?
Yeah, but I went in to go start the shower.
Okay, all right.
Ew.
All right, so your roommate is breaking your toilet every day?
Like every day or every other day, but it's every other day.
All right, listen, the reason I was calling, are you going to have classes today? Because now NYU is having protest problems.
Classes. I mean, last night they arrested over 150 people.
Wow.
But here's the thing: is the university had no problem if it like giving the students space and time to protest, but like they said we want students to protest, not other people that aren't students.
Yeah, outside agitators.
What happened is yeah, exactly. So they gave them space and time, and then they noticed it started growing, so they closed off the area so students could have a voice, and then the barricade area was breached by third-party individuals.
Yeah, you got the agitators. Yeah, absolutely. So Columbia's having a massive problem. Yale up in New Haven's having a problem, with these groups that are, pro-Palestinian, and they're protesting against Israel, and Israel trying to defend themselves after the attack that killed hundreds of innocent people. So. All right, Julian, let me let you roll, but classes are on for today?
So far, classes are, yeah.
Okay, all right, let me know. Just stay safe, and, it's a little dangerous on campuses now, okay? Good luck.
Absolutely, yeah. Thank you.
All right, bye, Julian. All right. Can't believe my kid dropped the F. I had to dump my kid?
Julian, of all people.
All right, so where was I? Oh, Kim Kardashian.
So she lost 100,000 followers because of
Swifties.
Okay.
Yeah, Kim Kardashian apparently dissed one of Taylor Swift's new tracks. Now, let me tell you what I keep hearing. She dropped she had 16 new tracks and then released another surprise 15. So Taylor Swift's new The Tortured Poets Department, the anthology, it has now dropped 31 new songs. And I've read numerous reviews. We played audio from a well-known music critic yesterday, and the consensus is from many that this is just sloppy, lazy crap. And that, well, listen, you can essentially just poop on a CD and hand it to a Swiftie, and they're going to love it.
Sounds like it was just unreleased tracks that weren't good enough.
Well, that's what's being said, that the quantity here is huge, but the quality is awful. That it's quantity and not quality from Taylor Swift. And then we have Kim Kardashian. And listen, what?
Back it up, Fetzer. She has a vagina armpit.
What did you just say?
Roxanne, what are you saying?
Is that a new band, Vagina Armpit?
No, it's when you have an armpit.
No, that's worse than that. I don't know what that is.
Ew! It's a vagina. I mean, it's an armpit ween.
All right.
Sorry.
I just dumped that. Guys, calm down. All right, so Fester is on the Us Weekly website.
She should get that checked out.
And then there's a picture of Kim Kardashian next to Taylor Swift, and it looks like she's got an engorged body part coming out of her armpit.
I think that's it.
Hold on.
Aggravated ingrown hair.
Hold on.
She has like a lymph node issue.
Wait a minute, guys. These Kardashians are so hell-bent on photoshopping everything and scripting every part of their life. Did Kim Kardashian not realize that she has like some kind of a
globular something?
Like some kind of a sex organ nugget coming out of her armpit.
There's a guy who stayed at our beach house.
Where's the dipping sauce for that? What was that?
There's a guy who stayed at my beach house, and he found a thing under his arm. 6 months later, he was dead.
What?
Oh my gosh, that's
Are you
terrible.
serious?
Somebody should let her know.
Oh my God. Anyway,
to get that thing checked out.
See, Taylor kind of has one too. No offense to the Swifties, but hers is a little bit more.
There's not a little midget thumb coming out of hers.
All right, so Kim Kardashian has lost over 100,000 followers.
According to Us Weekly, it's 120 and counting.
Now she only has 50 million.
I guess she dissed the Tortured Poets Department anthology from Taylor Swift.
I got to hear this.
This was her Instagram account. So
why did Taylor Swift do this?
Did what?
Why'd you put out this caca?
I don't know. Again, is it just monetarily driven? No, but many are saying that Taylor Swift has reached a while ago her peak creativity, and a lot of folks are saying that Taylor Swift has now jumped the shark. That it's downhill from here. We'll see. Anyway, you piss off the Swifties. Listen, by me making my comments. Listen, hold on a minute. Let me see what's going on. I've dropped 2 followers.
Oh.
Yep, I'm down 2 followers on Instagram.
You can't tell.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Hey, folks, speaking of my Instagram, before I congratulate Eminem on something, speaking of my Instagram, I did an impromptu Milton Fludge Cow. Impromptu crotchety old man when I had a little issue with the pressure washer in my driveway yesterday. I guess I didn't properly, or more likely it's probably just a defective unit. But it is possible that I did not put the nozzle tip into the pressure washer wand properly because it's kind of a spring-loaded deal with ball bearings. And I fired up the pressure washer, I squeezed the trigger, and the white tip flew off like a rocket. It would have gone through someone's chest cavity if they were standing in front of me. That's how this thing took off like a rocket. And I have no idea. The white tip for my Simpson pressure washer, it's gone.
You got to go with the yellow now.
It's yellow or
black, right?
Red or green. I got and black, but my white one is gone.
I'll give you a little tip. Did I ever tell you my pressure washing tip?
Hey, let me finish my thought.
Never mind. Forget I said anything.
No, you can talk.
No.
All right. No. So here's the deal. If you want to see my impromptu Milton Fludge Cow, oh thank God you've answered, crotchety old man. I did it loudly in my driveway. My neighbors were probably like, what the heck is going on out there? It's on my Instagram right now. It's a top item. If you want to see me do Milton Fludge Cow live, a live performance in my driveway yesterday, go to Certified MJ Radio on Instagram. That's Certified MJ Radio, and give me a follow while you're there. All right, go ahead, Frog.
I was saying that I have a little trick because sometimes you start pressure washing and then you get tired. You're like, forget it, I'll do the rest later, and then you don't do it. So you know what I do is I put it on the thinnest, maybe like the yellow color, so it's nice and thin. And then you banned me from saying a certain word, so I won't say it, but you draw about 10 phalluses on your driveway. Big enough so that if you don't finish the job, they're going to be there for everybody to see all the wieners on your driveway.
Great. That's great.
So do that, and then you're forced to finish.
All right. Let's move along. I want to talk about the WE9622. I want to talk about the W49 9622.
What are we doing? We're talking about wall ends and wall sections?
I got the BPA 3-448.
That's a big ball. Wait, what?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Give me this.
Yeah. Guess what? I took 6 pages of Froggy's work.
Give me that.
I took 6. Look at this. I'm holding it up to MJ TV. I took 6 of Froggy's work that he's doing during the show.
Those are displays, buddy.
And I took 3 or 4 pages here of Froggy's notes.
Come on, what are you doing?
Well, what are you doing? Why are you doing this crap during the show?
Isn't that crazy how I could do that and be funny?
No, just focus. You would be funnier if you focused on the show and not like shelving items for your real job. Crying out loud.
Those are really good displays.
You don't even know these things were gone.
Well, that's a good point. He didn't know that they were gone. So
you had no idea. You went to the bathroom and I took these things.
I already have them filed.
Okay,
so
whatever.
Froggy, I'll tell you, after he writes the form, he immediately takes a photograph of it. So if it did disappear or something spilled on it'd be fine. He's actually a genius.
All right. What do I need to congratulate Eminem about? Marshall Mathers. 16 years. Eminem has been off of whatever he was on for 16 years, and I guess he has not had a relapse. Marshall Mathers has been sober since April 2008. Between 02 and 08, he was hooked on Ambien, Valium, Vicodin. Man, he was popping pills like they were, M&Ms.
My favorite thing.
That's funny.
You ever seen the clip of
what was that?
Eminem was in the crowd at an award ceremony and they dropped Bruno, what's his name?
Mars?
Bruno Mars, yeah.
No,
Bruno
not Bruno
Maglio
Mars.
shoes.
Bruno the character, the guy.
Sacha Baron Cohen?
Yeah, Borat. They dropped Borat.
Borat.
They dropped Borat from the ceiling.
You name a character by naming another character?
And he landed ass first on Eminem's face. Have you seen that?
No,
I'll show it to you during the commercial. It's hilarious.
Yeah, find that for me.
You'll
All right,
crack
when we
up.
get back, the final chunk of the MJ Morning Show is next. Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll's a sensitive guy.
Yeah.
Jelly Roll, the performer, he was hurt. Listen, words can be bombs and missiles, folks. Words have impact. Think about the effect that your words might have on other people. And we got to talk about Jelly Roll. All right, hold on. We'll do that next. Also, Tom Brady times 2. Hey, that Sam Bankman-Frito weirdo guy, Sam Bankman-Fried, I guess he's going to help investors against Tom Brady and Larry David, among others.
What a snake.
Yeah. So he defrauds people. Now anyway, I'm sure Tom Brady, Gisele Bundchen, Shaq, I'm sure like, why the hell did we ever get involved with this whole FTX crypto crap? All right, so we'll get into that. And then Tom Brady, there's a roast. There's a Netflix. All right, hang on. We'll get into all this and a lot of loose ends when we return in minutes here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 931 and the final chunk of the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. MJ, Roxanne, Froggy, Fester, Andrew, the producer. Jelly Roll. And I feel bad for Jelly Roll. He's a sensitive guy. You know, don't be fooled by his, large physique and his other...
Face tat.
Yeah, unique... artwork all over his face.
Okay.
And jail time
Yeah, let's not forget that,
Yeah, I'm about to get into all that, yeah.
served a couple of stints in jail.
Yeah. Jelly Roll says that he tries to avoid the internet, that he was essentially bullied off the internet because of his weight issues.
Damn.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice.
This is according to his wife, Bunny XO.
Have you seen her?
No. Well, I didn't.
She looks like Barbie.
Really? I didn't even know. Bunny XO?
She's entertaining. She has a very popular podcast.
I miss the original drummer from Cheap Trick. Although Rick Nielsen's son is doing a really, really good job. But still, Bunny, the original cigarette dangling out of his mouth. I mean, that's kind of a classic trademark deal.
His bunny used to be a prostitute in Vegas.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
She's probably got some stories.
Hold on a minute. Jelly Roll's wife, Bun EXO, used to be a Vegas hooker?
A call girl, yeah.
Are you serious?
High priced, but yes.
Can I see a picture of Bunny XO?
Yeah, there's a thing called the internet where there's a million pictures.
That's her?
That's her.
Wow. Anyway, Jelly Roll has taken a break from the internet and social media because of online bullying, of course, according to his former Vegas hooker wife. Bunny X, are you sure? Don't make me say stuff that's not true.
Yeah, she launched a podcast in 2019 called The Dumb Blonde Show. And
yeah, where does it say that she was a former Vegas hooker?
Let's get in there. Hold on.
Yeah, find that for me.
In 2016, Jelly Roll asked Bunny XO to marry him while on stage in Las Vegas. All right, I'm getting to me. Let me put in a couple different search terms.
Can you find that for me, please, Roxanne?
I wasn't listening. I'm sorry. What was the question?
Hold on. What were you doing?
I was texting about a doctor's appointment. So yes. No, actually, I was texting Andrew something.
Bunny, whose real name is Alyssa DeFord, revealed on Sunday and I guess it's a little clip from her Dumb Blonde podcast. This is a quote. She said, "My husband got off the internet because he's so tired of being bullied about his weight."
I think that everybody bullies celebrities on the internet. If I was someone of Jelly Roll's ilk or stature or whatever, I would not go on the internet at all.
She continues, "And that makes me want to cry because he is the sweetest angel baby. My husband doesn't show it to you guys, but I'm going to have a very vulnerable moment here. It hurts him. The internet can say whatever they want about you, and they say you're a celebrity. You're supposed to be able to handle it. Enough is enough."
That's sad.
Thanks, Bunny.
"My husband got off the internet because he is so tired of being bullied for his weight." Bunny XO saying of her husband, Jelly Roll. Don't bully people because you never know where they are mentally.
And people bully people because they're jealous of something about them. So Jelly Roll has all this success, so someone's going to be like, "Yeah, but you're fat, ha." Like,
Now,
that's what who cares?
Are his face tattoos, are those like prison tats?
I don't know.
And why was he in prison? Why did he do some stretches?
I think he was a drug dealer.
Yeah, he sold drugs.
Are you serious?
And he killed like 10 guys.
I don't know about the killing part.
No, seriously, he was
a drug dealer.
He really was a drug dealer?
Yes.
Wow.
And taker.
And then have you found that?
Yeah, convicted of felony robbery and drug charges.
Wow.
In 2 separate
And then
cases.
what about the wife? Is she really a former Vegas
So
hooker?
Recently, she talked about her experiences about walking away from the sex work industry. And
Oh, yeah.
one time she was a high-end
escort in Vegas.
Oh,
Wow.
Look at that.
So there you go. I still don't care about Jelly Roll.
Well, there you
He's
go.
great. Because you know why?
He has one song.
There's only time for... I don't remember.
It's something like Favors.
Flavors?
Favor.
Tom Brady.
Maybe flavor.
Here's some audio from, this is like the teaser. This is like a pre-roll on Netflix.
Of what?
Well, there's a Tom Brady roast.
Oh, God.
Netflix announced yesterday that its next live broadcast is going to be a brutal roast of Tom Brady. It's going to happen on May 5th, and it's going to be hosted by Kevin Hart.
He's funny.
Now, am
Tired of him.
Am I the only one that doesn't really know what the hell Kevin Hart does?
I mean,
Rush Hour. Hello.
Yeah, you know what? I never saw that. It's like when I see Kevin Hart and he's like pitching some cell service on TV or I don't know, is he doing What's in Your Wallet now? I can't even tell you what he's endorsing. But when I see Kevin Hart, I say to myself, what has he done?
He's a comedian.
But I'm not familiar with like anything Kevin Hart has done.
Okay, he's a touring comic that got started with a bunch of movies.
Is he funny?
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah.
And I just...
He's no Yakov Smirnoff, but he's kind of funny.
I'm just like unfamiliar.
The man, the arena, the roast of Tom Brady, live on Netflix. No helmets, no mercy, no Brady rule.
No f***ing problem.
Thomas.
The greatest roast of all time, Tom Brady, live, hosted by me, Kevin Hart, with a lineup of surprise guests.
We're coming for you, pretty boy.
I'm unroastable. Let's go.
I'm unroastable.
I think that's going to be funny. I think that's going to be good.
Do we really need a live roast of Tom Brady?
Yes.
Unless they're going to put him on a pit and really, or a spit, what's it called? Really roast his ass.
By the way, I tower over Kevin Hart. I think he's like 5'2".
He stands on that money he has.
Me at my 5'6" or so, man, I tower over Kevin Hart. I'm not really familiar. Is anyone going to watch this Netflix roast of Tom Brady on May 5th?
You think there would be a lot of FTX jokes?
That's what I want, because I'm about to segue into the FTX story, in that Sam Bankman-Fried is now agreeing from his federal prison cell. Sam Bankman-Fried, SBF, the disheveled, the whole hair thing was a gimmick. Mm-hmm. His crazy, like, mad scientist hair deal, that was a gimmick because he was trying to project that he was some kind of a mad numerical crypto genius. That was all contrived. And then, but you know what? Those wood-chewing beaver teeth that his girlfriend had,
real.
Those were 100% real. Absolutely. But that's a good question, and I'd like to know, do you think anything's off limits? Do you think they said to those that are going to be roasting Tom Brady on Netflix Live on May 5th, hey, listen, there's a litigation situation going on, and, we can't deal with the FTX jokes. So if we kind of...
How about your wife rolling around with that jiu-jitsu instructor, huh?
Good question.
Huh?
Yeah, are they going to go for that? I mean, there are some things that you can roast them on. I mean, are lawsuits funnier to people worth millions and millions of dollars that wouldn't be off limits? I don't know.
Like I was saying, it's FTX. It's a safe and easy way to get into crypto.
I don't think so. And I'm never wrong about this stuff.
Yeah.
Never.
No, never.
I think the Giselle jokes are going to be off limits, but I think they're still going to go for FTX.
I don't think. Oh no, I would think Giselle.
They got to talk about Giz.
I would think Giselle more than FT. I bet if they both don't come up, it's a lousy half hour
in my life.
The Grady Bunch.
Maybe not one of our more stellar parody moments here on the MJ Morning Show.
The only thing is we do know now what Tom meant when he said, I'm going through some bleep.
Lunch on.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
We know what Tom meant now when he said, I'm going through some bleep. We know it because we didn't know at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Now we
I'm
know.
45 years old, man. There's a lot of shit going on.
Yeah, there was.
I'm 45 years old, man. There's a lot of shit going on.
There you go.
Tomas.
All right, so Sam Bankman-Fried has agreed to help the FTX investors in lawsuits against Tom Brady and Larry David. So, Brady, Larry David, Gisele Bundchen, Shaq, and others cursing the Sam Bankman-Fried fraud. And now they're going to be cursing him again because now it was his racket. He sucked in these celebrities and snookered and bamboozled them. And now
he's going to turn against them.
Exactly. Yeah.
What a rat.
Yeah. Investors in the Sam Bankman-Fried bankrupt crypto firm FTX agreed to drop their claims against the convicted fraudster in exchange for his cooperation in lawsuits against defendant celebrities like Tom Brady, Gisele Bundchen, Larry David, who promoted the company before the stunning collapse. According to the settlement filed by the group of FTX investors in Miami federal court last Friday, Bankman-Fried would be free of any civil liabilities from the multi-district litigation now and in the future, according to Bloomberg News.
But he still serves 25 years in jail?
Oh, yeah. He got I think 20-something years. Yeah,
long stretch.
Yep. Shaquille O'Neal, Steph Curry. I mean, you forget all the names that were attached to this FTX disaster. And now he's the designer of the fraud, and now he's going to then testify against those that he enlisted to help sell his fraud? Anyway, Giselle and FTX and the whole Sam Bankman-Fried, if those two things do not come up in the roast, that would be a really, really crappy roast. Well, all right, guys, anything else before we get out of here today, before we call it a day?
Mm-mm.
Nope.
You want to hear the Brady Bunchen again?
Please, no.
No.
All right.
Come on now.
I do. Luncheon, buncheon.
It's one of the worst rhymes ever. What was it?
Lunch on and
One
bunch.
Meeting with the lawyers at a luncheon.
At a luncheon.
That's the way they became the Brady Bunchen? Was that?
We got to send that to Kevin Hart. He might use it on the roast.
All right, I'll tell you what. Why don't you facilitate that?
I don't want to be associated.
All right, 9:44 at the MJ Morning Show brings to a close another stellar edition, the Tuesday edition of the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. You want to get a hold of me? My DMs are open on Instagram. I'm Certified MJ Radio. See the impromptu, spontaneous Milton Fludgehouse skit that I videoed myself doing in my driveway yesterday with a little pressure washer problem. That's on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. DMs are open. Roxanne Wilder on Instagram. Fester Sucks and Froggy MJ Radio, all on Instagram. And my private email is mj@mjmorningshow.com. If you need to drop me an email, it's private. I'm the only one that sees it. mj@mjmorningshow.com.
Show correction. I'm looking at Kevin Hart's IMDb. He was not in Rush Hour.
Oh, who said that?
I did.
Man, you're just full of erroneous information
I
today.
just corrected myself.
All right, folks, if it comes out of Roxanne's mouth, it's wrong.
Delete it.
Yeah, just
Ignore
delete
it.
So what was he in?
He was in all these movies I haven't seen, which corroborates your
That's
point.
what I'm saying. What the hell has Kevin Hart really done ever? All right, folks, have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow, and let's be careful out there.
Download the app now.
Get the Q105 app and